Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? We are here with another special, everyone. I'm here with, again, the Yellow City Comedians, guys. I want you guys to please welcome Caleb and Gabe. Thank you guys so much, man.
I wonder which one's which.
We're filmed in front of a live studio audience.
I know.
It's like Friends. This is awesome.
Gentlemen, so
Except it'll be funny.
So just so y'all are aware, everyone, these are the other half of the Yellow City Comedians. Like I said, this is another special, another 2-hour special. So, gentlemen, thank you guys for being here, man.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for inviting us. That's really nice of you, man. We've been watching you even before we started coming on. We've seen a few of your episodes and we were like, oh, this is really fun.
Yeah, and I appreciate y'all getting here. Like I said, I'm a big supporter of you guys, man. So, you guys are super funny, guys. These guys
Put that
are
on pause. You may not,
These guys are super funny, guys.
After the Jacob episode, I think he was like, well, I support the idea of comedy.
Okay, Jacob's a good man. He's a good man. He really is. No, guys, make sure y'all follow these guys on social media, Instagram, whatever they got. I don't know what y'all got, but y'all got something out there.
Yeah, I mean, I have social media, but I'm really bad about it.
Okay.
I don't post very often on it. But Yellow City Comedy is the easiest place to find all of us.
Yes, sir. That is great.
The Caleb Jones on every social media platform.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Like, that's a cool. Like, is that not cool?
That you put V in front of your name?
Ghost of Texas.
Well, first of all, you're saying it wrong. It's Ghost of Tex. So, if you're going to try to, insult
No
me.
insults. No, that was a compliment.
Oh, okay.
It's like a self-compliment. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, like the self-complimenting of putting the before your name.
The one and only.
Because we don't want any more.
Gentlemen, y'all are, I swear, dude. So when I first had Saul and Colin, they were like brothers, and they had a little clique over there. Mm-hmm. When I had Javier and Jacob, they were like same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers, and here we are with y'all too. Same thing. I don't even know what to do with y'all. I'm over here just letting y'all ramble because that's how they were.
I think that's how all of us are to a certain degree. I think everybody just kind of mixes and matches.
Yeah.
I think we've been doing it for long enough now with this big of a group that I think everybody can interact with everybody that way.
It's constantly growing too. Like every single time there's another person or like, I don't know. There's always more people in the show, or like more people at the shows and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's cool, really cool. It's a nice experience.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, how long have y'all been working with Yellow City, and how long have you been doing that for?
I started with Yellow City about a year ago, I think.
What?
Just about a year ago.
A year ago?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought you were like, I don't know, a couple months, and then you're all badass. That's what I thought.
No. I've been doing it with Yellow City for about a year. I've been doing comedy for a long time though, since like 4th-ish grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, stand-up since like 4th grade.
Yeah, straight up.
How are you doing stand-up in 4th grade?
Talent show.
Oh,
like
wow.
the talent show. I do it every year.
Oh, that's fun. So like you were so everybody was like doing like tricks and everything, and then you were just like
I was like,
I'm gonna make an appropriate joke.
What's the deal with airplane food? And yeah, that was the.
Wow.
Gabe, what about you? How'd that whole...
I've been doing it for about 6 years.
Whoa, 6 years?
Yeah.
Really? So how did that...
I know he was shocked too. He was like, "Really? I thought you'd be better." No, I thought you'd be better.
How'd that start?
That started I think I met all the guys at the 806.
Oh, okay.
That's where I met.
Oh, you were there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where I mainly got started. I don't go to the 806 nearly as much anymore. Okay. I don't think I've been there in like a year.
I've never been.
Okay. Oh, you've never been?
Never been. I'm too scared.
You're not missing much.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot. Don't get me wrong. I go there.
Yeah, I think it is a good spot if you really like poetry and stuff. But if you're trying to go there to practice your comedy, you're practicing in a kind of a different way.
Yeah.
He's like, you have to censor yourself pretty much in a way.
I would say it's not so much you have to censor yourself. I think you have to be ready that it's more than likely going to be a crowd that's not ready for you. Yeah. Regardless if you're trying to be silly, like even if you're being completely clean, like following a poet is it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig, but I do like the 806. Like I said, I do have a lot of nostalgia for it because, like I said, that when I first went there, I think Matt and Colin had been doing it for like a year or so, and that was when Skylar was around. And then I think like a few months after I started doing that, I saw Saul, but Saul had also been doing it for like a year or so. And then from there, we just started doing like all the open mics and stuff around there. That's usually what we were doing, was 806 and then like an open mic somewhere like at Whiskey River. Did they ever tell you about that when we used to do those?
No.
We used to do those on the same night Whiskey River was having their pool tournament.
That sounds awesome.
So we had to like compete with all of these like 60-year-old people playing pool that do not want to hear about somebody's junk.
I bet they had a good time. They were trying to gamble playing.
What happened to that?
I think they realized that pool and comedy don't go very well together, and I think we agreed. And then,
How many times did you get chased out with pool sticks?
not many times. I think we had a couple times where somebody like almost picked a fight with them.
Oh, wow.
Where they were like, okay, come on, if you're gonna, because eventually after a while, I think they thought it was funny that we were in the middle of all that, and then I think if they reached a point where they were genuinely annoyed.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this, but like people past 50 take pool very seriously.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's how I feel about golf too. Like, I feel like you have to be above 50 to play golf and like enjoy it. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But so what did you feel about all the people you saw in high school that played golf?
They all look like 50-year-old men. Like, there's like, I mean, serious, this isn't even a joke. Like, there's like, I can't pull up his Instagram now, but like, there was like 2 people who played golf and they're both like balding at like 13 years
man.
old. Like, you're like, man, I mean, that makes sense why you want to play golf, but like, come on.
They're like, do you know if there's any narcs here? Yeah, check the entire golf team.
Before I don't know if I can, my sexual predator athletic director, before like he became the athletic director, he was actually the golf coach. So
Slow down.
yeah.
Let's slow down.
Whoa,
2 beats.
Whoa, Tom.
Because, what did you just say?
So, okay. My athletic director was a sexual predator.
Wait, okay.
Okay, yeah, is that,
That part I understand.
Okay, good. Just making sure we got that.
That part I understand. I just don't understand why you said it so matter-of-factly. So wait, when did this happen?
He got busted this last year, my senior year, and then my junior year, he was like a teacher and like the quarterback coach and the golf coach.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Both sides.
Was this all over the news?
Oh, it was everywhere. Him sleeping with a 14-year-old, that was everywhere. He actually worked.
Yeah, that's the only news you get in Harrington.
Hey, we got a tornado the year before. So.
Oh,
I
right,
remember
yeah.
that.
Same
That was-
thing.
That was pretty sad, actually.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh,
You were talking about your disgusting athletic director.
Golly,
Oh
already.
no. Yeah. Oh, he actually worked at Amarillo High School before, and like he was forced to.
That was my high school.
Resign.
Yeah, he
Resign.
was forced to resign because of inappropriate conduct with a minor, but they like kind of swept it under the rug because he was forced to resign, so nothing ended up kind of happening.
That was my high school. What was his name?
Yeah.
Can I say it or is that
We'll just say like
the first name. Say the first name. Don't say the last name.
Cole?
It wouldn't be crazy if I said the last name.
Oh my god, we went to high school together.
I was like, Cole Johnson?
No, he had a really funny last name. Underwood was his last name. Ironic enough as it is.
Well, I mean, let's not be mean about the man. He's been through enough.
So, gentlemen, so now let me ask you this. So, how did y'all get into the Yellow City Comedy? Did Jacob just come? I mean, Jacob. I'm sorry. God, imagine. Did y'all go? Freaking Jacob. Like, dude, I went to 212 and I ran into Colin with a nice ass wig, and I'm like, how did y'all find out? No, how did y'all get into it? Did y'all go up to Colin, and how'd that work out?
You can go first. I mean, you were there first.
I think at the time it was kind of sporadic. I don't think we had as much like of a routine structure that we had. We had structure, but at the time it was mostly Skylar and Matt doing the shows at first. So
Matt
it was
who? Matt?
Viegas.
Oh, he was doing it.
Clemente, that's what
yeah.
they also call him.
Shut up.
But they were going like, oh, we have shows at like coffee shops and stuff like that, and that's where we got started. And then we were just going through like a long phase of just like starting up open mics wherever we could go. And then I think like post COVID was really like where Yellow City Comedy started getting like its traction with us.
Oh, okay,
Where it
okay,
was-
okay.
After that, we just started getting more and more shows, and then I think we, after a while, when Kevin came in and then Nikki came in, I think it really grew into something, and we just kind of snowballed from there. And I think a little while before Matt moved to Austin, it was pretty much like half Matt, half Colin, and then it just kind of transitioned fully into like Colin.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. A couple weeks ago, I ran into Matt. He was at the somewhere Horseman. I never been there. Love the guy. Shout out to Matt again. We love you. But okay, so I didn't know that, dude. I had no idea. I don't know. I didn't know Matt was kind of involved with that. I guess I forgot.
Yeah, Matt at the beginning was everything. At the beginning, it was like me. I think I had met Matt already. I had met Skylar, and I had met Colin, and I had met Saul. I think I met Kevin. I think Kevin joined in like probably 6 months after I started.
Wow. Okay,
And then, so at the beginning, that's where it was from where I jumped in.
Nice. Okay. So then, what about you? How did?
So I mean, I was doing comedy before, like I moved to Perryton because I lived in Houston before, and then we came here, and there was really no place for me to do it because like it's like 5,000 people in Perryton, like there's not even a Walmart, so it's not really a place to do comedy.
Sorry.
And then my dad was like, "Oh, they have a place in Amarillo now," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then he was like, "I think they're doing an open mic sometime soon." I think he talked to Colin at one of the shows and was like, "Hey, you guys should try to do open mic, blah, 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 blah," or something like that. And they decided, my dad was like, "They're doing something like Crack and Crab." And I was like, "Okay, I'll go." And I went to the first one, and then I've been going pretty much ever since. I mean, when I can make it.
Oh, okay.
Crack and Crab really changed things.
Yeah, it really did. Like,
Shout out to Crack and Crab.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crack and Crab.
That
Thank
is,
you guys.
it really did change things because when we opened it up there, I think it just all the stars aligned with everybody. That was where we just got all of the new chunks of people that we got coming in, and we still have new people coming in, which
like
I think is phenomenal.
Yeah. First and third Wednesdays of the month.
Yes.
So there's not one this month, or there's not another one there won't be one Wednesday.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I really like the Crack and Crab. It has some good food too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my favorite. That's my favorite bowl out there.
Yeah.
I like it out there. I like seeing y'all guys out there though too. I like
Yeah, it's a really fun like exercise for all of us, but I feel like it's also like a meetup.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where like Yellow City Comedy becomes kind of like also like a social club.
Yeah.
So Tuesdays y'all got the circus room.
That's every Tuesday circus room. That's the one Hobby hosts. I haven't been there yet.
You haven't been there yet? That
No,
one's-
I need to go.
So
I'm busy most Tuesdays.
It's cool because like there are days where it's packed. It's packed days, and then
believe
there's times where it's okay. But there was the last time. That was the last time I went. It was packed. I was like, dang, dog, heck yeah. There's a lot of people that did open mic. It was pretty cool. That was a fun day that day. And then obviously there's the 806 on Wednesdays. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to try that one out. And then I don't know. There should be more. We need more.
Right. I think having another one or two would be great.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure. Yeah.
I love the energy that open mics bring because I feel like when it comes to crowd density, there's really no wrong answer.
Yeah,
Where it's
and
like,
I mean,
little
it's
crowd, it's just the comedians. Okay, the comedians try to make each other laugh. Maybe you guys play like a comedy game.
Yeah.
And then if there's a big crowd, it's like, okay, you get to test it in front of a
You
bigger
got-
crowd.
Yeah, that's what's good about open mics, being able to test like new material and see if it's even funny at all. Because like, I mean, some of the stuff I think is so funny. Like you try in front of a crowd and they're just like, like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It is
Yeah,
a really
just
good
like
experience.
that.
Yeah, just like that. Exactly.
You know what I was telling Javier and I was telling Jacob, dude, I would like in the future someday in an open mic, I like to see y'all guys roast each other one day.
That would be fun.
just
We
like
should do a roast.
be like,
That
what-
would be fun.
It'll be like Jacob versus Gabe, and then they'll put a soundbite, ding ding ding, and then you know what I'm saying. And then I just go, Jacob
Jacob would hit me.
No, Jacob, not like that.
Yeah, I know. He'd be like, that's the only way I know how to roast.
All right.
He goes Mike Tyson style. He's gonna bite your ear off.
Golly. No, that's just. I just thought it was funny just seeing that one day, just a roast battle, just for fun, obviously.
I think that would be a lot of fun too, because I think everybody's really good at jabbing each other.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite parts of everybody's dynamic is everybody's really good at sneaking in a good little roast in the middle of a conversation.
You're a really good host for that reason. Like I'm being so
I'm
serious.
very
like,
good at being mean to people.
Yeah, I mean honestly, it's like me and my dad were talking about it the other day that like I think that you're probably one of the best hosts that we've got at YCC. Like I think that like because you it's like on the spot and you make like the jokes that you say about people are funny. Like the one about Hobby, that's hilarious. Him looking like he's like the Aquaman of the kiddie pool. Like that's awesome. Like and it's so true. It's so true and it's so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious! Oh my gosh, bro.
That's very nice of you to say, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, yeah.
I didn't know that I was going to get comfortable with hosting. That hosting's relatively new for me.
Yeah, I've only done it once. It's scary. I don't like hosting.
Yeah, it was scary. I think the thing that made me comfortable was when we did that show at it was High Velocity Records. I think is where it was at. That was like our like big newbie showcase show we had done.
High fidelity.
What did I say?
Velocity, I think.
Did I say Velocity? Yeah. The physics-based record store.
High Fidelity. Where's that at now?
It's off of 6th Street.
Yeah, it's on 6th Street.
Y'all had one there?
Yeah, we did it. That was
my
like,
first show.
yeah, that was like our
YCC.
first show we did where we were trying to like showcase all our big like first group of newbies.
Oh, nice. I didn't
And
know
then-
that. Oh, I was told to go there. They still do it, don't they?
No, we haven't done one there in a while.
But they still do their little open mics, don't they? The first week of the
They
month.
might. I have
I didn't
no
know they
idea.
had an open
Yeah.
mic. That's kind of cool.
I heard
I'll
they
have to
had
look
one,
into
but I've
that.
never gone.
That'd be next week, I think. Yeah.
I think we should do another show there for like our new group of new
newbies,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, to
As
like
long
get
as I
them
get to
tested
host,
out.
that'd be kinda
Who
Oh, would you want to host?
Yeah, I'd love to host.
Shoot. Well,
That would be fun. I'd like to see that.
I'd like to host one day. Just
Oh,
to
really?
that one day somewhere.
That's what you're doing right now.
Well, yeah, but like I wanted it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Someday.
I love to help you guys out one day. No, hey, so who's the newbies? Who's the newbies in?
We got like Denelli. That's one of our newer
Morgan?
ones.
She's
Morgan.
getting funny. Oh, Morgan's so funny, bro.
Morgan
Oh my
is hilarious,
gosh.
and I think it's what's interesting about Morgan is he's not new to the scene,
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
just
new
to
to the
doing it.
performing
Yeah.
of it because
he,
we've known him and he's
yeah.
been at like our shows on and off, and he's like been riffing with us for a long time.
yeah.
So I was surprised it took him so long to get started because
Yeah.
I thought he was so funny.
He's funny, dude. That is great. He's great.
I think-
Denelli's good too.
Me and somebody else convinced him to do it at the circus room, and I think that was like
Oh,
his
really?
first time to like go up on stage. It was really cool. Like I don't know, I like Morgan.
He
He's a good guy.
is very adaptive. I
Yeah.
like him because even if I like make a comment about something, he's very quick. Like whenever I've hosted at Crack and Crab and I'll make like a comment or something in the intro, he will come up and have something ready to go on that subject.
Oh wow.
He'll be like, "Oh, Gabe said this. This is what I'm talking about."
Oh wow. That's I didn't notice that, but that's a good point.
You should pay attention to your friends.
That seems too nice about him. Yeah.
It's too nice. This is a lie.
What do I have to say about Morgan?
He looks like a lumberjack. That's what I have to say though.
He looks like
He looks like he could cut down a ton of trees.
I've already said before, he looks like a grown up Jimmy Neutron. He's got that wavy hair up at the top.
Oh my gosh.
looks like
We got to go into that because when Javi and Jacob came on here, let's just be frank.
what I was trying
They said a lot of lies. They said a lot of lies.
I think Morgan's
I am
like,
not a rich man.
I was waiting for.
I am not a rich man, and Kurt is a virgin.
Dude,
Let's
Kurt
be
gets
honest.
so
Your
much
father's a
top
virgin.
tier vagina. I'm being I'm not even joking. They weren't kidding. He gets top tier like play.
Why are you advocating for your own father
Dude,
like
like,
this?
you
My
ever-
goodness.
It's true story. There's no jokes here. This is a serious podcast. Welcome to canceled Tanamanjo or whatever.
If that's the case, we're gonna have to start over.
Yeah. All right. So Cody Cohn.
God, Jesus Christ.
Let's dig into the next YouTube drama.
Oh, yeah, keep up with that too. Oh,
Yeah.
there are too
I
many.
hate Tanamanjo. I hate her so much.
Oh, so
I
like
hate
you
her
just
stupid
so you
lips.
just think she lied.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is one thing?
Okay,
that
no, hang on. We're gonna pause you. I'm gonna remind you that you're about to be broadcast on national television, and
What
that
is-
you need to be very careful with the words that you have here.
I know. I got
Now,
it.
are you or are you not a fan of assaulting people?
Okay. No.
Go get the hesitation. Cut the tape. Cut that.
No. I hate assaulting.
Jacob kept telling him to cut.
Yeah.
He was
Don't
like,
put it in.
"Go ahead, cut
He's
that,
like,
cut that."
"Cut
He's
that,
like, "For the last time, I'm not cutting anything you say."
He's gonna make you spend like 5 hours editing.
I know. He was like, "I'd really like it if you just cut down into making like a 10-minute podcast."
A
out of all, like, the-
2 hour conversation, 5-minute podcast. Okay,
Yeah.
listen.
You know what's funny? He kept texting me like days after. "Hey, can you cut this part out about my grandma? Can you cut this out about the?"
Yeah, he'd always tell me, he'd be like, yeah, dude, I said that like my grandma like relapsed when she shoved cocaine in her pussy. And I was like, what, dude? And I'd like laugh and he'd be like, dude, no, it's
Wait,
not
did that
funny.
make it in?
Yeah, all of it. Whatever he said, it made it in.
He's
Oh,
like,
wow.
He's like, dude, don't laugh at that, dude. It's not funny. It's messed up, dude. He always.
Here's the thing, though. You can't. I don't think that's fair of Jacob to tell anybody to not laugh because he will say the most like out of pocket,
yeah.
off the wall thing you've ever heard in your life. And then you know what's funny? He doesn't say anything. He just stares at you and waits for your reaction.
I don't know.
He'll be like, "Yeah, she have cocaine on my butt, and I do it again."
He's like the poster child for Dare. Like he's like, this is why you shouldn't do drugs.
Shout out to you, Jacob. Shout
Yeah,
out.
I
shout
had
out to
temptations
Jacob.
about smoking weed, and then I saw Jacob. I was like, it's a gateway. Okay, it's a gateway. It's all over. It's all over right there.
It made you so conservative. You were like, "This war on drugs is so serious,
So
guys."
bad. Fentanyl is a problem.
I didn't know how to spell fentanyl until I met Jacob.
What was that handsome guy's name again? That Jimmy Neutron guy again?
Oh, Morgan.
Morgan. Shout out to you, Morgan. Shout out
He
to
looks
you,
like a
Jacob.
really small Paul Bunyan.
That's a good one.
I've been waiting forever to say that.
Right.
Oh God. Okay, the next person, Javier.
What can I say about Javi?
I think
That isn't nice because Javi's fantastic. I do
Javi is
love
fun.
Javi.
Yeah.
He's he came in with like so much energy.
I don't think he has kids. I've never seen him. They're not
Dude,
real.
like 90% of his material is about how he has children. What are you talking
I don't
about?
know. I don't think they're real.
Do you listen to any of our material?
I have not ever seen his kids.
I like how you're just completely off
just-
about every single one in our
You ever
group.
seen? You ever seen?
Be like,
me-
Saul, that's the whitest comedian I ever met. That's the whitest
I don't think I've
comic
ever
we
even-
got in this town.
I've never even heard him speak Spanish. He can.
He's speaking in tongues. You guys people think that's Spanish? Come on.
He says something in Spanish every single time he's on stage. He's like, no, I've never heard him say anything. I've never heard him say anything. Yeah, I don't listen to y'all when y'all are up there,
You
except
only
for
listen
that.
to him when he's speaking Spanish. It's the only time you've heard a set.
You think Javi speaks Spanish?
I mean, he's. I
Be
don't
careful
know.
with that answer.
No.
Be careful with that
No,
answer.
no. I don't know if
He's really
speaks
trapping
Spanish.
us here.
Yeah,
you
he's
notice
like-
that?
He's like, do you want to go to college?
He's like, okay, guys, this next little addition to the show is called race guessing.
Jesus Christ.
like, what do you think on Border Patrol? I
I don't know if Javi speaks Spanish. Maybe I'll ask him. I probably should know that. We're friends with the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he'd have incorporated it a little more into like his comedy stuff. At least I would have if I could speak fluent Spanish. I mean, Colin's
learning Spanish.
Colin's learning Spanish, and he's made jokes about it, right? So like, I feel like if Javi could speak Spanish, there would be.
Well, I mean, we have to add this. That's a real chicken and the egg kind of situation because I think the Spanish questions came. I mean, the Spanish jokes like came first, and then I think he was like, "Oh, I probably should learn what these words mean." I didn't mean for Colin to catch that stray.
We love you, Colin.
Yeah, Colin
we're gonna
is
get
the
to you. We're gonna get
best.
to you here in a second.
Yes.
Saul, do we love Saul? Right?
Oh, I love Saul. I like Saul quite.
What if I said no?
Then what would you do?
Saul's terrible. I've known the man for half a decade, but he's terrible.
Oh man, he's
No,
he's one of my
Saul's
favorites.
great. I think I don't think there's any comedian in our group that I don't love.
Yeah, I mean-
in a purely platonic way, of course.
Yeah,
but
yeah. No,
but
I
I think
love
all
some
the
of
all
them.
the guys are like great. I think that's one of the things I love about our scene, and I think it's something that makes our scene truly special is that everybody is friends. Everybody is gonna meet a
Yeah.
friend with somebody in the group, and you're probably
Except
gonna.
for Jacob and Denelli, dude, they hate each
Oh,
other.
do they?
Oh, so much.
I didn't know there was this
well,
beef. You got to
well,
tell me.
Well, it's not like beef. It's like love hate beef. They show
So-
me messages, but yeah, they go back and forth. a
So
lot.
Okay.
Jacob was like talking to her blind dad and was talking mad trash on her, like, and he was like, you shouldn't say that about my daughter, and he was like, well, you should see her. I mean, like, he's like, if you could see her, you'd think the same thing. I was like, wow. He told me that, and he was
That's
like,
a very poor mistake
Yeah, no.
to do that to a blind man because Jacob's got the most identifiable voice you've ever heard in your life.
He told me- he
that
was
blind guy could point him out to the cops like he was Daredevil. Like, yep, that
That's
guy.
it, yep. No, he told me that, and then he was like, don't laugh, dude. It's not funny. That's messed up. I was like, shut up.
I like how he says don't laugh, and he's the one who said it.
And he's the one also laughing. Like,
Right,
he's
yeah.
like in the middle, like, don't laugh, dude. That's messed up.
Oh, Jacob.
Oh, Jacob, what a guy. He called me today.
Yeah, he called all of us today.
And no, he called me like on Snapchat. He called me.
Why did he call you on Snapchat?
Because so I put my cash up for my birthday on my like thing, and he was like,
Oh,
he
you
like
didn't.
requested like $700. He's like, dude, he's like, dude, I sent you some money. All you got to do is accept it, dude. I was like, shut up. I'm not accepting $700.
It was funny. He said that you were made in the lab. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm.
Yeah, you look pretty homegrown.
I know.
You look like a little Homelander. Is that why you grew the hair out? Were people making too many distinctions?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely laser visioning you right now. He's like,
Let's talk about Caleb's dad. I like that. I like his comedy, dude. It's really good.
Yeah.
I didn't believe him when they said he was the preacher. I didn't believe that until
yeah,
he
he
actually
was
said it, and I was like, oh wow.
you know, I think he's gonna try to start going back into preaching and start like. I think
Oh,
he's-
really?
Yeah, he's cleaning up everything. I'm pretty sure is what he's doing. So I'm being genuine. Like he's told me that
He's cleaning up everything? That's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot to clean. He's got a car. He's got. But he's that's what he was telling me at least, that he's gonna start doing like only clean stuff, and then just go. I think he's gonna go back into ministry and get like another, or I guess a degree or whatever in ministry. I don't know.
Well, what made him decide to give God another whirl?
I mean, he always believed in it. I feel like he's gone to the dark side because I mean, like my mom and I like them, and so he's like,
right.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm not going back. Screw that. I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
So wait, so is that what happened? You were like a perfectly clean household, and then your dad got divorced, and all of a sudden the floodgates just opened.
No.
Be careful, because you're talking about your father right now. So be careful.
No. So like they like hated each other like the entire time from like when I was a wee little boy to
dang.
to when I grew up. They hated each other, and they like. I mean, they'd like be angry and they'd do all sorts of bad sins. They'd be sinning all the time.
Don't worry, there's a joke coming, I'm sure.
Oh no, there's not. This is all.
Oh, okay.
This is therapy.
No, this is therapy. It's like mic'd up there, but this is awesome. No, they send all
This
the time,
should be therapy.
And then they got divorced and it all just kind of went even worse. But no, they'd be all bad, and then like we go to church and we gotta pretend that we're being all nice, you know?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so your dad's just ready to pretend again.
Yeah. yeah. I don't know. It's kind of hard to like go back from being gay, so I don't know what he's gonna do.
No,
The joke
Can't
was
take
coming.
that one back.
It's not a choice, guys.
what was your dad's name again?
I don't remember actually.
Oh, God.
No, I'm just kidding. Kurt.
Yeah, I was
Kurt.
like, shout out to you, Kurt. I cannot wait to have you on here.
Yeah, Kurt would be fun. Kurt would be a lot of fun. You should get him
Who's
next.
his bestie on the group?
Hobby, I think. He likes Hobby a lot, and Taylor. Hobby and Taylor.
Yeah,
are,
maybe
like,
do Kurt and Taylor.
Okay, so I think
Yeah.
I will do Kurt and Taylor because Taylor's gonna be on the stage here pretty soon. I already
Yeah.
saw your dad on the stage, I believe.
Yeah.
I try to see y'all. I see y'all's comedian live shows, and then all right, you're in.
Yeah, I think by the time this airs, I'll have a show the next day in Borger, the 17th. So if this it's supposed to air on the 16th, right?
I should on a Friday.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I'll have a show on that Saturday, I believe. So
Thank you, dude.
come see it. It's
Who's
gonna
on,
be clean.
who's on that one? Who's on?
I think it's just me, my dad, and Colin. I believe.
Really?
It's awesome.
Okay,
I
cool.
believe so.
I hope I'm off. I really do. If not, I'll switch off.
That's really nice that you're always out supporting this, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all put me in good moods. Y'all. I remember there were times where you know how life happens and you're just down. And
Yeah.
The open mics. There was one that I went that just kind of like brought me back up, and then that's kind of when I was like inspired. Like I need to continue this. You know what I mean? So that's why that was one of the reasons why. And on top of that, y'all guys are just funny. So
Have you ever thought
thank
about
you.
doing stand up?
no, just hosting. I'd rather just have a tuxedo and just host and help you guys out, but not.
We're supposed to be wearing tuxedos this whole time?
No,
Dude,
no,
I am
just- no,
screwed.
just I'm the host.
The only suit I was willing to come in was my birthday suit.
Oh.
You know what's very, very funny?
What?
Is we did a show that was on my birthday. I think it was
I
like
did that. Yes, I mean I guess it would be a week or so. Whenever.
I think I don't remember what year it was. It might have been like 2022 or something. And I wore a suit to the show and I was like, "Oh, it's my birthday suit." That's what I'm wearing, my birthday suit. But the problem was that the suit was just like a suit I just got from my closet. I just dug up because I didn't want to wear a good suit. So it was this suit that was like way too big for me.
Oh wow.
And so I just looked like that guy from Despicable Me. It
Oh,
was just
yeah,
like
that big
completely
old-
broad up here in the shoulders because it had like those 80 shoulder pads.
Hey, okay, we're not done talking about people.
Oh, yes, we can't get sidetracked.
We'll go back to all that. Colin, we love Colin.
Yes,
He looks
we
like
love
a
Colin.
thumb.
He's one of
Colin
my
looks like a
favorites.
thumb. It's like the only.
We were just talking about how we like the guy.
Oh no, I love Colin. He looks like a thumb, or he looks like a prepubescent ball sack is what he looks like. Like there's like a little bit of hair there, but not enough to say.
I want to give you a little challenge here. I want you to be able to compliment someone without following it up with something so crass. Who are you? If you can
Dennis the
believe
Menace.
this, he was just praying before we started this. He was on his knees, rosaries in hand,
No, I'm
praying that we had a good podcast, and now here you are talking about buttholes and whatnot.
I did not say anything about a butthole.
Oh, that might have just been me.
I was just thinking it really loud. No, I like Colin. Colin's nice. He's going to be a reference for my thing. I texted Colin, and I was like, I texted him what I said in the group chat. I texted it to him privately first, and then he said, only if you ask me in the group chat, is what
Yeah.
he said. Just to say, oh yeah, I'll text you privately what my stuff is. I was like, then why did you do it?
Colin loves to be publicized. You guys think Colin's humble? No. Right now, when we're telling him that he's awesome and he's a great
post it on
comedian,
Instagram.
he really helps keep this, group on its shoulders. He does such a great job. He's loving this. There's not a humble bone in that man's body. All the humbleness left with his hair.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at that. That's not funny.
He's never been.
I was just saying,
That was a good callback. I like
Jacob was like, I've never seen his girlfriend. He doesn't have a girlfriend, and that.
I have. He looks exactly like my dad's girlfriend. Like actually, like they look like identical.
Really?
Yes, except for one's like older, obviously.
God.
You know what's funny
bro.
is I have met his girlfriend, and I would disagree. I would
really?
disagree. I don't think she looks like that. I mean, I don't, forgive me for being a little too detailed here, but I think she looks like a hand puppet with googly eyes and a wig.
That's awful.
I was here expecting. She looks
Wait,
like
which
some
one?
model.
Colin's girlfriend or my dad's girlfriend?
No. I'm saying both.
both?
I'm saying both. Now when they made the two of them kiss, I was like, okay, guys, this is getting a little. Guys, you need to order something.
Oh God, oh my gosh. Oh sorry. I kind of want to see like both of them side by side. Your dad's girlfriend.
yeah.
And Colin's
Yeah,
girlfriend.
that's what you need next. Is you need to do girlfriend editions.
I should, huh? They're welcome.
You
to.
should get all our girlfriends on here.
Yeah.
I should, huh? I mean, that'd be cool. I can do that sometime. Sometime. I don't know when.
That'd be cool.
I'm kind of booked now. Yeah, but I'll be happy to.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you're booked.
I'm booked for I think till September.
Good.
Wow.
Let's get this podcast thing rolling.
Yeah.
So the next one, shout out to you, Colin. Taylor and her husband. Mm-hmm. How are they? I have never seen her husband perform though.
Neither have I. I'm just kidding.
Like he's just
Dude,
No,
his
Ryan's
hus-
great.
Yeah, Ryan is
Ryan.
probably. I mean, like he hasn't been doing it very long, and he is so ridiculously
that's
funny.
what
Yeah.
I keep hearing. I
Yeah.
keep hearing.
His-
that.
He
I
has a
wanna-
really good character.
Yeah, what I really love about his comedy is that it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
The kind of because he really is multifaceted. He can joke about a lot of different things, so you really don't know what kind of joke he's going for. And then
it just comes out of nowhere.
yeah, and then it just comes and it's like, oh my god.
And he's always angry about something. Like he's like.
I think that's
always
his
mad.
aesthetic
Yeah,
though. I don't
like,
think
it's
he's
his
really
character.
angry. He seems
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, no, he is really chill. I like him a lot. He's nice.
That was too nice.
His wife, on the other hand, I don't know. She's kind of. She's kind of.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I love Taylor. Taylor's sweet. They own rabbits. Like they own like.
They own rabbits?
They're like free roam rabbits in their house. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's not even a joke. My dad like is like actually friends with them. He's friends with them and Javi, and he goes over to their house in Canyon because they both live in Canyon, like for dinner every once in a while. And like they just have rabbits running around.
That's cool.
And
You know
then-
what's funny is every time any of us comedians are like trying to tell something, we have to follow it with like, this isn't a joke. This isn't a bit or anything.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not trying to throw you off or anything.
Its name's Bugs. Actually, is the rabbit's name.
Oh,
That was a joke. No,
well, see,
just kidding. I don't know. I'm kidding.
I don't know if that part was the joke.
It's like this dude is like the most.
I was like, well, I already bought the first thing, so now that the bugs thing is like,
Yeah, that was unbelievable. But no, Jacob taught their young like 2 or 3-year-old kid how to say cocaine. That's what Jacob taught their kid.
how to say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
was that were we being nice to them or no?
Yeah. I love both of them.
He's like, are we supposed to be being mean to them, or are we being genuine?
Because the other guys were talking bad about everybody. So I'm
No,
like,
no.
Right. No, I mean, I think, I don't know. I like to sandwich it because I don't want
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
actually think I'm
Be mad at
mean.
them, yeah.
Like, I usually try to be like, I try to do like a compliment
Yeah.
sandwich if I'm ever trying to
okay.
riff,
Yeah,
where it's like, I'll say something nice, I'll riff something, and then I'll follow with something nice. Something funny will happen soon, I'm sure. But, you know, I think there's some two awesome additions too. I think,
Oh, yeah,
Taylor's been impressive seeing her grow
And
as a
she's-
comedian
yeah,
too.
she's getting better each time I
Heck
hear her,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
She's
exactly.
very I think she aims for relatability more than I think a lot of us do, and I think she knows how to do it very well.
Yeah.
She knows how to kind of
She's very
approach it.
relatable.
Yeah. I think
Rateable.
relatable.
7 out of 10.
Not what I was saying. I was saying she's relatable, and I also think like she works to make her comedy approachable.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
Yeah.
She tries to kind of invite people in, make it seem more conversational, more than like I'm talking at them.
Yeah. I talk at people. I like talking at people. I'm like, you're not my friend when I'm on stage. Nobody's my friend when I'm on stage. I hate all of y'all. I'm just there to.
So let's talk about how your comedy comes from such a dark place.
So my dad actually, the reason why I've been doing it since 4th grade is he said he threatened to beat me if I didn't do it for the talent show. So that's how I started in comedy.
You're recording this, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Okay. Because keep in mind, if he didn't cut out anything Jacob said, he's not cutting that out.
No.
Hey, can you cut that?
Would it be funny if he's, you know what would be hilarious is if you actually did cut it. If you were just said something completely minor, and you were like, "Hey, cut that." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I got you."
I think.
God, that would take so long.
Didn't Jacob like offer you money to cut stuff? Like he's like, I'll give you $20 to cut it. So that's what he told me is he's offering you money to cut it.
I think that was drunk Jacob. No, he didn't. He didn't drink too much that time. No.
Wait, there's a non-drunk Jacob? Have
I've never seen that, and I would like to. I would love to see sober Jacob just to see.
You know what was really funny about watching that episode though, was that at the very beginning, like the first half, there was like this nice circle of information where it was just like Javi would say something, he'd comment on it, and then you'd just get this random chime in from Jacob, and then the cycle would keep going, and then we reached a point where it was just like a car hitting a wall. Where he'd be in the middle of saying something, Javi like, Javi, talking about Circus Room. Yeah, Circus Room's great. And then Jacob would be like, Circus Room's where I banged a hooker in the bathroom. And then like there'd be this pause. And then he'd immediately go, yeah, so Javi, you were talking about it. They just were like, they ran out of fuel in entertaining.
I heard throughout that entire thing during the second half, Jacob was rubbing your feet with his feet.
Was he really?
How did you feel about that?
That was very awkward. But no, I don't think that happened. I don't remember.
It didn't happen, but it was very awkward.
He kept telling me, what did he say? He kept saying, put whatever, I don't know what kind of dip that is. Put it between your toes.
Zin. He kept saying to put zins in between your toes.
Why?
Supposedly it worked.
Right, yeah. Who am I to question the almighty wisdom of Jacob?
He kept like, try it. I was like, I don't even think that's going to work. And he just kept doing it. I was like, cool. And then he told
Believe it, if there's something to be tested, Jacob's probably
tested. Well, just because it adds flavor after you get it out of your sock, you know? Like it's a better
Dude, that's
tasting
disgusting. That's disgusting. That is foul.
All right, going back to shout out to what's her name, Taylor and who? Her husband?
Yeah, Taylor and Ryan. Taylor and Ryan Zorn.
Taylor's gonna be next year pretty soon.
Yeah, you should. Taylor's great.
After that female show, I should have that day off. Shout out to you, Taylor. I think she's gonna be on in The Handsome Man, I believe, or who? I don't know who's gonna be on next. But anyways,
he can't remember his name, but he remembers he's handsome.
Yeah,
you notice that?
That handsome man.
That's what they tell me. The handsome man.
Morgan?
Morgan.
He's like,
oh, it actually was Morgan.
He's like, hey, how's 7 inches doing? I mean, Morgan.
7, that's an understatement.
Who
am I missing? Mason? Did I ever talk to Mason? And where's he been?
Kevin. We talked to. At least we talk to Kevin all the time.
I haven't talked to Kevin Mason.
That's fine. Kevin. I think Kevin is busier than I am.
Funny.
I think he would be more social with us if he could, but he works so much.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Kevin. If you can get Kevin, you would have a blast. That one you would definitely need to make a special with Kevin. Like if you did Kevin and like Kevin and Kurt. Kevin and your dad would be fantastic.
Oh,
it's like black and white. Like that's like.
Well, no, I just mean like their dynamic would be really good.
But
Kurt would be able to bounce up. Yeah.
That wasn't even supposed to be like race related. That just came off.
It's supposed to look like an inspiring movie from the 2000s. For any minute now, Kurt's gonna break through to him.
Yeah, we should end this with like a Michael Bay like ending, like the.
Which one?
The Transformers one.
Oh, where it's playing Linkin Park.
Like, I become so numb.
I would. I just don't know the copyright laws on that. I would do it.
Sing it for more than 8 seconds.
No.
So, how long have you been doing podcasting?
I've been doing it for a year and a half.
Year and a half. That's good.
A year. So I started in April of 2023. I started in April, did it for a month, and then I worked in Florida for like 3 months. I started back up in November, and I stuck with it since.
That's awesome.
So
it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna publicize this everywhere.
You should.
And I appreciate
you should
it.
use it to market yourself.
Yeah,
I haven't done podcasting in a long time. I don't even think I used my podcast for more than a year. I'm trying to bring it back and do it, but
I wanted to do a podcast. Me and my friends were like, we should do a podcast, and my dad has podcast stuff like a setup.
Do you want to do one? You want to do a Zoom call like a podcast?
No,
from Chicago?
That'd be not with y'all.
Oh right, yes, of course.
No, like my
because once he leaves Amarillo, that's just
I'm done with y'all.
And he's like, look, guys, you guys have like a small town mindset. I don't want to be like that.
Javi said that his daughter was going to Chicago too.
She is.
So
she's going to I think a smaller suburb.
Have y'all met though?
No, that's what I said. I don't think he has kids. I think he's just lying. Like he just wants something to brag about. Like he's like, yeah, I have this kid. She's like a world famous wrestler.
I'm calling it out. I don't think Javi has kids because I think
Cena.
you can't see it.
Yeah.
I don't think Javi has kids because he is one.
Oh man,
That mustache is fake.
Yeah, it looks like
that mustache is fake.
You put super glue on his
You
face
think that
and-
thing is real? You pull it off. He's wearing one of those Mission Impossible little masks. You take that right off. That Wayne's World wig he wears. Take that off.
Excellent.
oh gosh. Okay, going back. Shout out to you, Mr. Mason. Who am I
Yeah,
missing?
shout out to Kevin Mason.
I want to see him.
Nikki.
He's gonna watch this and then text me something really mean, and then followed by that. I didn't mean that. You did a good job.
Who am I missing in the comedy?
Let's see.
That was about it, right?
Did we talk crap on Denelli or did we say?
I think Jacob's done enough.
sufficed? Yeah.
I think Jacob's done enough.
Shout out to you, Danella. You're getting
Yeah.
better.
Denelli's great. Yeah,
You're-
Denelli's
you're
been a
definitely
new
getting
welcome
there.
addition.
There's more.
I've really been enjoying her.
Damien.
Yes, Damien.
Is he
Damien, I
okay?
haven't worked
Is
with
he
much.
okay though, man? I have not seen him. I
haven't
had him
seen
on
him
here. I
forever.
wanted to do an hour and a half with. I wanted to keep going with that guy when I had him.
Yeah, Dame is really funny.
He's been on the podcast before?
Yeah, he was
I
like
didn't
probably
know.
wasn't that the first?
He was one of my
us
first.
that you got?
This was before I started. Like maybe I get two. Nah, I had him on here and he was doing great.
Yeah.
I told him stripper stories and
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah, cool.
But,
So like the normal stuff.
yeah, but I have not seen him. I don't know I don't know. Does he not? Go
I haven't seen him in a while. I mean, I don't really know him personally, but you know, I think I've done like one show with him, and I've been to a couple open mics with him. But he's been great. I've really been enjoying his energy.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back. I haven't heard from him. Seen him. Shout out to you, Damien.
Yeah, shout out
And he had
to
a friend
everybody.
who was really funny too. This kind of heavier set white guy with like a long beard. He was really funny. He did like once or twice at the Crab, and like he was ridiculous. Like his like joke writing was really good. Like he was very obviously awkward and stuff because it's your first time. But like he was funny. Like he had good jokes, good premises and stuff.
That's good. You know what I'm really annoyed with myself when it comes to hosting the Crab is that it takes like seeing somebody at the Crab like maybe twice or three times before I know them or before like I recognize them. So there's been so many people where I've been like, hey, it's nice to meet you. You know, it's good to see you. Which name are you on the board and everything? And they're like, yeah, you met me last time. And I was like, oh God, I'm sorry. I have to meet people multiple times for it to stick.
I'm the same way.
I'm bad with faces.
I'm sorry, and you are?
Yeah. What's your name?
You know what's interesting about all y'all comedians though is that like y'all are all different, but y'all are like the same when y'all love each other. It's very interesting.
I think one of the things that makes our scene like so amazing and unique is that we have a harmony as far as like connecting and our us working as like a comedy team together, but everybody has their own flair to everything.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it was really fun seeing the new guys like your group come in and seeing you guys grow into
what we
your
are now.
styles and seeing where you guys are now. It was really crazy being like, oh, I already felt like it was really cool that we already had this group of people that were all so, you know, good and unique and were hilarious in different funny ways. So, you know, no one comedian was the same. And then we got like a whole group of people and they're all different.
Yeah, it's like a little circus. It's all fun.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I mean, if you want to be mean about it, yeah.
I just like how like so that last show I saw y'all guys at was what was that place over there called? It was hot.
City.
Bomb City, yeah, where we were sweating in there.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a good
was
show.
a really fun
You
show.
did a good job.
Thank you.
You
Thank
did
you.
a great
Yeah.
job.
Thank you.
It was
Oh
a
my gosh,
fantastic
bro.
show. I think everybody
did a great job.
Everybody crushed it.
It was just hot, dude.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
so hot there. And then
Props to everybody at that show for like sticking out the whole way through, all the way to the end. Everybody was sticking out. People were getting more water than alcohol at one point. They're just like, no, I just need to hydrate. I just need to hydrate.
that was
I'm drunk enough. Get some water.
They had some really good vodka out there, man. I'm gonna start going out there. I might even go after this. You never know.
Yeah, right.
But no, I liked it out there, man. It was cool. It was a great show, man. You did a great job. You did a super great job. And then
Like he's like, yeah, you did great.
did good.
You were amazing.
no,
Okay.
no, really, you really were. That was great. I was hoping you pull out your guitar too, because I was told.
Yeah, that's what Colin told me to do too. But I was like, I don't want to do it.
Why not?
I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's funny. Like me personally, I don't find it all that funny.
I was gonna do
Why?
I was gonna do a live performance with that too. I was gonna be like, hey, do you want to do a live performance with that guitar?
I mean, I can play guitar, but that like I'm trying to write another one because the premise of that one was kind of funny, but it wasn't super. It was just more like weird, if that makes sense. Like
Okay.
you got like awkward chuckles, is what I felt like it was.
Okay.
I don't know.
But how many places did you test it at?
I did it at the Crab twice, and then I did it at Two Docks in Lubbock.
Okay.
Once. And I mean, it got good reception most of the times, but like.
Try it again in Chicago.
Yeah, that's why that'll be the true test, because that's where people are like, they're like, you're either funny or you're not, dude. Get out. You know.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know. I think when it comes to testing material, I don't believe in doing a one and done. I think you should be able to test it, especially if you write something that like you really think is funny.
Yeah.
I think if you test it multiple times and you're realizing it's not landing, I think it doesn't come to a crossroads of like keep it or cut it. I think it's helpful to be like, okay, if I believe it's funny and I truly think it's funny, where am I failing to meet the audience at?
That's smart. That's smart.
Because I've had that happen with loads of jokes before, where I'll write a joke and it won't land for a couple people, and I'm like, so what exactly is failing here?
Yeah.
Is it my delivery, or is it like something is it my wording, or is what I'm finding funny not coming across clear enough and it's more confusing? Mm-hmm. And then I've had to tweak it around in order to get it to be like
make it
more
funny. Yeah,
and make it more usable.
Yeah, and I feel like the more you do like a certain like bit, the more it just grows. Like like that Trump bit is like, I mean, I do it like I've never not done it at a show. That
wait, you play it? You play the trumpet?
Yeah, the Trump bit.
Yeah.
No, like the Donald Trump bit.
Oh, yeah. Trump bit.
Trump bit.
See, I thought he said trumpet.
Yeah, I thought he did too. I'm gonna be honest. Okay.
He believed the misunderstanding. He was like, "Wait,
did I say trumpet?
Have I been playing the trumpet this whole time?
That's what I was gonna say.
I thought this was a guitar."
That Trump bit was really good though too.
I mean, it's it. Like, so that me and my dad kind of came up with that joke, or like the beginning of that joke, whenever we were at Disney. Like we were at Disney and we were like, man, this guy's an idiot. It's like, yeah, you can do some funny stuff with this.
Because there's no better place to come to a political revelation in your life than being in small world and being like, I don't think Trump's cutting it. I don't think he's doing it. You know, me, myself, I was at Universal Studios when I realized Biden was too old.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy he dropped out. That's like, I don't know. It's like, it's like Hamilton in real life. Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that it shows that that's your limit of understanding of history.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Everything's in relation to Hamilton.
Yeah. Everything's like I'm not throwing away my shot. I don't like Lin-Manuel Miranda, or whatever his name is. I don't like him at all.
When the assassination attempt happened, Caleb kicked in the room at the door and was like, "Guys, did you hear?" And he just starts playing the Hamilton album. That happened.
That happened. Real life, real time.
Yeah.
He threw away his shot.
You know.
Oh man.
It's okay. It was just funny though, because you had that. So you had that pad when you did that trumpet.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't think I've seen anybody do that before.
But
they put a pad on their ear.
What made me laugh though was I saw you on the corner when you were done. Freaking Jacob grabbed it and put it on his balls.
Yeah. Well, he was sitting next to Selena. I like Selena. She's nice.
Yeah, Selena's fun.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing. I have not seen any of the Hub City.
Yeah.
I have not seen any of those guys. Is that
Hub
how they
City,
go by too? They go by Hub City comment?
Yeah.
I think they
Laugh
do.
Hub City.
Yeah, Laugh Hub City.
See, I'd like to have those guys. I don't know how I'm going to work that out.
Yeah.
I'd love to have those.
I think if you can work it right, I don't know if he's with Laugh Hubs. Chris Heist, that guy's freaking crazy. Like he's.
You could wait until because normally, every now and then we get
one who comes down.
Yeah, one who comes down for a show, and like if it's a show on a Saturday and they're willing to meet you on a Friday or something, they could.
I'd like to. I don't know. I would like to go. I wouldn't mind going out there. I just don't have a spot out there. I don't think my brother would let me use his house and set all this up. It'd be a lot of work, but I wouldn't mind them one or two come over here and hey guys, this is Hub City. Follow, like, subscribe. I would like to. Do y'all just only work with Hub City? Do y'all work with anybody else? Is there more?
Well, we do some of their shows every now and then. We come in and out.
I think I've done more shows with Laugh Hub City than I have with YCC.
Really?
Is there more? Is there more?
That's interesting.
Because I know there's Yellow City and Hub, but is there more?
There's the West Texas Comedy Collective, which is owned by Morgan. And that they do less shows than Laugh Hub City, I think. But
don't be mean to the poor guy.
I haven't done anything with him. I like Morgan. He goes to all the shows up there. Like they're They're in cahoots. Laugh Up City and West. I think it's West Texas Comedy Collective.
Where's that at? Is
It's
that
in
still
Lubbock.
Lubbock.
It's Lubbock.
Oh, okay, so there's two out
it's-
there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
two in Lubbock.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I said I didn't know that.
There's no monopolies out
Yeah,
there and that
yeah,
kind of thing. They believe in
yeah.
the free market of comedy.
I'm thinking if Colin ticks me off, I'm just gonna separate. We're gonna have a civil war in Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah,
of comedy.
just do another like obvious Amarillo bit. Just call it like it's Bomb City Comedy.
Yeah, so I literally made that exact joke with my dad the other day. I was like, if I get pissed off at Colin, I'm gonna separate and do Bomb City Comedy.
You're gonna send us like the email for you registering the LLC.
Who's gonna own Bomb City? You're gonna own that one.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
start it on your own.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a place on 6th
You're gonna be Steve Jobs with Pixar.
Yeah,
I hope there's no.
I'm gonna buy out YCC. Is what
Are you
I'm
gonna buy us out? Okay.
So that's cool, man. Hub City. I don't know if I wonder if there's any more. Like I thought for some reason, Albuquerque had their own, Oklahoma had their own. I don't know how it
I
works.
think I think like a bunch of cities have their own like comedy scenes, like their own networks and stuff they have. I don't think we know every single cities, but we've dealt with people.
I've talked to Colin about Oklahoma City, and he knew a couple people, but like no one that could like get me on a show because I was going to Oklahoma City. I was like, might as well see if I can get into something.
Right.
there.
Okay.
I don't know.
I got somebody from Oklahoma. I can't remember his name. I actually probably should get back in touch with him. He said he was going to do like a show in August or something, but they were coming. Like he was bringing like a bunch of like Oklahoma
Yeah,
people.
put me in touch with him. I'd love to do a show with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see you.
Oh yeah, if you're ever in Chicago, let me know. I can do you on a
Yeah,
show.
I was about to say we got to make time to come
Yeah,
up to
yeah,
like whenever you
absolutely,
know there's like a
absolutely.
big
Good
like open
open
mic
mics, yeah.
like coming or
Well,
like
it's
we'll
just-
do like an open mic crawl.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'm worried about is because like open mics sound like packed. Like you have to get like your
Yeah.
name drawn and stuff to
Right.
get on
Wow.
stage, and like I don't know, or you have to like buy stuff to get up on there, have a chance to get up on there. It's
Wait,
wild.
really?
Yeah, some places require you to get a drink or get like food for you to be able to like get on stage, which is I don't know. They gotta make
My
their
cheap
money,
ass
man.
ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, yeah. Eric Gallegos or whatever. He's not working. He's just doing comedy.
Really?
Yeah, that's what my dad said. I don't know. Don't take my word
Good
for
for
that.
you, Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah,
I don't know, Eric.
He's definitely done comedy here. He was
Yeah,
doing it for a while.
yeah.
He was doing it while
About a
Nikki
year
was
ago.
still here.
Yeah,
He
he
was
left.
doing it
He left
then.
about exactly a year ago.
Yeah, he's that guy that's got like a ponytail.
He's
He's got
long,
glasses.
Yeah,
I've never seen him.
he bombed twice on Kill Tony. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
He did good. He did good.
Let's not be mean to the man.
He can play guitar. All right, he can play guitar.
Yeah, and so can you.
Yeah,
What
Look
was
at
his-
that turned out.
I can't play this.
What was his name again?
Eric Gallegos.
Eric Gallego. Shout out to you, my man. I'll find you somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. Well,
I can send you his Instagram.
Yeah, if you want. That's cool, dude. I didn't know that. Hopefully there's be more out there. That'd be nice if Albuquerque had their own. Hey, we're gonna send two of you guys. Bring us two of you guys real quick.
Yeah.
So, that'd be
I
pretty
think
cool.
it would be nice if there was some kind of like big
Yeah.
collective we could.
Dude, we should make an
join.
app. Comedy clubs around the greater.
That would take a lot
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah, but you know how much easier it'd be to be a comedian.
Right,
So
yeah, but
much
like, do you
easier.
have like an experience in like software engineering or just in comedy? Because I promise you, comedy's not half the work on that project.
I could just be really, really like full of charisma and like I
Like, look, I just need to trick some twins into making it for me, and then steal it and take it on my own, and then I'm gonna sell it to Justin Timberlake.
That sounds like Facebook.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that that movie about Lex Luthor.
Oh,
You remember that movie with Lex Luthor where he has like curly hair? And he
Lex
like
Luthor had hair.
Yeah, he
I thought
had
was
hair.
bald.
I was waiting for Superman to show up at that point in the movie, but all it was about him building this website about. It was like something about a book full of faces, and
yeah. I don't know. I have no clue what you're talking about.
I know you probably should see it. It's the weirdest comic book movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
where you're waiting for Superman to show up, and it's just all this stuff. Or like, and what's funny is Andrew Garfield's there, so you're like, oh, Spider-Man, and he's second, and then
so
all he
he's
does.
gonna be fighting Lex Luthor.
That's what you think, right?
Oh.
And the only fighting is he just breaks a
I've
laptop.
seen that one. Yeah, where he gets pissed off and he's like, "My Prada suit's at the place."
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
And I was like, no, your spider suit. What is he talking about?
He was being controlled by Ben.
We've completely
Yeah.
perplexed. He's
We're
lost
talking
the
about
plot.
Facebook.
We're talking about Facebook.
We're talking about the social network.
Oh,
That was that last little puzzle piece. It was just like,
I was like, what
that
in the-
makes sense. I
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what movie are we talking about? This is not Marvel. This is DC.
Marvel and DC.
What is going on here?
Our riffing, it's just too.
Yeah, we're
too
on the
high
nose
bar.
here.
Yeah, it's just too high bar, man.
You look like you tried to make a YouTube account when you were a kid. That's what you look like. Your dream as a child was to be a YouTuber, huh?
No, it was not.
You look the type.
You know what's funny is my dream as a child was being a comedian.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
me too. Oddly enough, I've been doing stuff.
So, but as a kid, like, what made you lean into comedy? Like, what things did you see that kind of inspired
my
you?
dad did it whenever I was a kid. Like my dad,
that's nice.
he would like. I mean, it'd be clean because he was a priest or
Right.
or whatever. But yeah. I was like, hey, I want to do that. Can you help me write some stuff? My dad helped me write stuff, and then
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's a very fun. That's a very unique story.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
yeah. And I wasn't like a child actor, so I didn't get like molested. I was just a child comedian.
You say you're not a child actor, but we've all seen you play Willy Wonka. You know, he just played Willy Wonka recently.
I did play.
He played Willy Wonka in his school play.
Oh,
He got to kill kids
play.
and everything.
Not school.
Oh, what was it
It was
for?
for college, like the college.
Well, I'm not trying to denote it. I just got it wrong.
Yeah, no.
Don't get so
Just,
defensive.
it was like I think it's like a community conservatory.
Oh,
thing. Yeah, it's like
okay.
a community play or whatever.
How many performances of that did you do?
Of Willy Wonka or like with them totally.
Willy Wonka.
I think we did. It was like one weekend, so like 3 or 4.
Oh,
3 or 4
okay.
shows. Yeah.
What? And you're a theater kid?
Oh yeah. I've been doing it. So okay, actually, this is a cool story.
Do you want to retry asking that? He said it with trauma in his eyes.
It's because
He's
so,
like,
You're a theater?
no. He was like, "You're a theater kid." Like he made it sound like a theater kid killed his parents when he was a kid.
Everyone's got beat up by a theater kid in high school. Get the fuck out of my house.
A theater kid shot my parents in a dark alley.
It's because so I had a really good guy, Stetson. He's a theater kid. The thing is, their theater kids are very, 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 very social and very loud, which is great. But I'm just like, man, y'all are way too social for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that you got a lot of energy. But that's one thing I really do like about your style of performance, because I want to say that is that you have this level of like theater to what you do.
Yeah, like that's how I've always thought of it. Okay, not always. So whenever I was in 6th grade, I did the talent show at the new school that I was going to in Perryton, because I used to live in Conroe or Houston or whatever. I get moved up there, and I do this comedy set or whatever for my talent show, and the theater teacher was the person hosting it. And he was like, man, you have an amazing stage presence. Like, I need you to act, is what he said. And then the next year he put me in his advanced class, and that's when I started doing theater. And then I kind of quit doing comedy because, I mean, there wasn't any more talent shows. So,
right.
Because it was junior high or whatever.
Killers of the comedy business.
Killers, a stupid school board. But yeah, so that's how I got into theater, and I've been doing that ever since. And then last year I picked back up comedy because, I mean, there was a place to do it. And I started doing fundraisers for the Senior Citizen Center. I started doing that. That was what I did before I went to the open mic, because I was doing stuff at the Senior Citizen Center.
Dang, he's got a head start over all of us.
Yeah.
He came out of the womb with a microphone.
Yeah, I did.
This kid, he had it all going. I was just somebody that wanted to be a comedian, and then all of a sudden I turned 20 and I was like, should I just try it? Should I just try it? And then I did it. But yeah, that's so cool that you do that. See, I didn't do theater or anything when I was a kid. I think it sounds weird, but like I had a lot of stage fright.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think I had more stage fright in relation to like theater than stand up, because I feel like stand up there's a lot more under your control over what you're speaking of, versus like theater where you're supposed to be like performing something very specific and you're supposed to be aiming for something.
I feel I don't get much stage fright. Like I do, I get antsy. Like I walk around, but I get less when I'm like doing theater and stuff like that. Like I don't just because I feel like the best way to put it is probably the opposite of that. Like because there's other people who are probably doing worse than me on stage, and I'm doing fine, you know. And then I mean I guess the same way kind of works stand up, but a showcase. Then I mean like I don't know, as long as you're not the worst one on stage, then you're fine. You're golden.
I don't even think it matters if you are the worst one on stage.
Yeah, I mean like. Comedy is subjective.
I think it's subjective, and then I also think that doing it for a while, you learn that something that's very important is you have to learn the definite, like the what is it, the distinction between what you're trying to make entertaining for people and what about it is entertaining for you. Because even if you don't like do well with the crowd, if it's like a joke you really, you know, wrote really well and you were really happy doing it and you got to sell it, I mean, like that's just as fun.
Yeah, that's That was sweet.
And especially it's a quantity game, not a quality game, in my opinion. Like if you do comedy enough, especially if you really put an effort in it, you're going to have a set where you kill. You're also going to have a set where you bomb, of course.
Yeah.
But I think having that like set where you kill is what makes you realize like, oh, okay, this is a spectrum.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. That makes sense. I've had like kind of a feeling like that. Like for a while, about like halfway through, probably during like January, I wasn't doing very good at open mics. I didn't feel like, because I mean it's an open mic, and like then like a couple nights like after, about a month or so after, like I did really good, and I didn't even plan anything before. Like I just went and just like was making jokes, like doing like, I guess, improv, like just with other people, and it might like I did really good that night in my opinion. I was like, man, I mean, this is why I do it. Like this is fun. Like and I don't like have to like. I didn't even have to think about it. Like I wasn't stressing the night before, like, oh, I need to write stuff. No, I'm just going to go up there and try to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's some of the best experiences I've had, especially since I do that a lot more with my hosting, is I'll have a lot more of like, oh, well, I don't have as much material as I would like to have. And I'm like, well, that's an opportunity to try to just all vibes.
Yeah.
Try to just be all vibes.
That is one thing. There's one thing that I do really like about hosting is that you go up there once, you do your little bit before somebody comes on, and then like that's when all like, I mean, stage fright or whatever kind of just like goes away, and then you go back up there and you're like, I'm ready to like actually do something, and like your mind's kind of been cleared a little bit, and I like that, because then you go back up and
I agree.
make more jokes.
Gentlemen, sorry,
Yes.
we're gonna go to break.
Oh, that sounds cool.
We're gonna hit the half mark.
Okay.
We'll be back, and we'll thank our sponsors. This video is sponsored by no sponsor. Anyways,
No sponsor?
But I
Well,
still
we're not
got-
even good enough for a sponsor?
We're not a sponsor yet.
He could have sponsored this.
What was it?
Oh, this podcast is brought to you by vodka with purple food dye.
Medical grade marijuana injected in water.
You know what my product says? It says if you can't finish it by the end of the podcast, you get your money back.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So, gentlemen, let me ask y'all this one. So, I like to ask y'all comedians this question. Hecklers. Have y'all had that? I know you have. Have you had them, Caleb? Hecklers. And he got a guy in the audience. And,
No, I haven't really had to deal with it.
That was spot on. That's exactly how they
they get-
sound. They go, ding, ding, ding. Like, come on.
They get drunk and, you ever had that yet?
No,
you haven't
I
had
mean, like, I've had somebody, like, say something, like, they usually hecklers aren't, like, trying to be dicks, Like, they're trying to help.
So you've been heckled, but you haven't had a heckler. If that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. Like, I've had somebody be like, they say something that they think would be funny in the joke, and basically all you do is just say it and laugh and then continue on with it, and that they keep doing, then you be a dick, But, like, I'm a non-confrontational kind of guy. I just like saying shut up.
That Homelander reference is becoming more clear by the second. He's like, yeah, if they want to keep trying to be funny, you could kill them. But
that's hilarious.
That was funny. That was a callback to like the beginning.
Yeah, that is what I
really
was attempting to do. I was going to go, you know what? I said something earlier. I made an astute comment, and what I want to do is I want to bring it back.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's talk about Jake on drugs again. Then.
Hold on, wait, Gabe. So what about yours? Well, I'm sure I know you have hecklers in your past. So
He's like, I know people try to mess with you.
Yeah.
You're so easy to pick on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you look like the Michelin Man, is what Hobby and everybody said. Hobby there, like he looks like me, but like the
the Michelin Man. If he was built like Lord Farquaad.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I've definitely been heckled. I mean, I dealt with that plenty of times. I've dealt with it in all ranges. I mean, sometimes I've seen hecklers that it's just like a minor thing where they'll just like, have one drunk comment to say in the middle and then it moves on. But usually when I've seen hecklers, it's dealt with by like the next comedian. So like if somebody starts heckling like the opener or something, they're probably not going to be around to heckle the second guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Not like we're killing them or anything. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Laser vision.
No, we just sell them into the mines.
It was just funny though, because Jacob was like, I asked Javier, I was like, hey, how did you handle a heckler? He told me, and then Jacob, how do you handle your hecklers? I am the heckler.
He is. He is really what happens if you give the heckler the microphone. He will heckle us, but not even realizing he's heckling. He will say like you'd be in the middle of just doing a normal bit, like, oh, I went to the grocery store, and he'd be in the back like, yeah, real shit.
Me too, dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Speaking of grocery store, okay, so before my show at the Mono place, right? There was a lady at the grocery store who was like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I was like, "Good." And she was like, "When are you doing comedy again?" And I was in Lubbock, Texas. I was like, "I actually have a show tonight." And she was like, "Oh, well, I have to go. Last time you were so funny." No clue who that lady was.
well, that's cool. You're already getting recognized.
I feel famous. Like
How old was she?
she was like 20 something.
Right. We got to clarify that because this guy is known for talking to minors. This guy is known for talking to minors. I swear, I see his Instagram. It's nothing but him and minors.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
true.
And I'm really tired of your excuses. I'm really tired of you going like, "Oh, no, it's not what you think. I'm a minor too." No, not a good excuse, man.
I'm not anymore. I'm 18.
Not going to fly.
I'm 18 now. My girlfriend's actually older than me. Did you know that? By like a week. So for like a week.
Lock her up.
For a week,
Lock
she was 18
her
and I was
up.
17. I know. Romeo and Juliet law couldn't stop us.
Yeah, it's like Michael Bay where you have that the laminated Romeo and Juliet. Did you ever see the Transformers movie with Mark Wahlberg?
Which one?
That was like the one with the
Oh,
dinosaurs.
yes. Well, not that one. I thought the fourth one I've seen. But the rest after that I haven't. But yes, I know what you're talking about.
There was like a thing where like his daughter has like a boyfriend who's like 2 years older than her. And there's like a dedicated amount of time describing the Romeo and Juliet law. And her daughter's boyfriend just hands him this laminated card. And Mark Wahlberg's like, "What is this?" And it's literally a laminated readout of the Romeo and Juliet law. And it's like, if you have to carry that around to date your girlfriend, a laminated card describing the law that makes your relationship legal, you might have some issues.
Dude, Mark Wahlberg always sounds like he's like out of breath. Like
He does.
He's like, "Dude, you couldn't even."
You know what it looks like? He's somebody who always looks like he has the sun in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's always like,
Ted, I couldn't. Ted, you're the teddy bear, right?
Oh, hey, so you say you're 18.
Yes.
So
turned
let me
18
ask you
yesterday.
this. I know your dad's watching this, but like, when was the first time you drank alcohol?
Yeah, I've never drank alcohol.
You've
touched
never
it.
drank
that is
alcohol?
a good answer.
Never once in my life.
Oh wow. So
Now, when the cameras turn off, you're going to tell
I'll
us
let
the real
yeah,
story.
tell me after you turn off.
Oh,
I'll
I
let
thought
you know.
you were. I thought
I love how you
No,
did. He's trying to trick you into confessing a crime.
I'm a good kid.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like Nardwar. He's like, "Okay, so I heard that you ran over a family 5 years ago."
If I get
What's
famous,
that about?
If I get famous, Nardwar is going to be like, "Kraken?" He's like, "What?" And he's like, "Crab." And I'm like, "How do you know that? That was so long ago." And he's like, "I'm Nardwar. Are you Caleb? We have to know."
Isn't that so sweet? He thinks he's going to be famous. Isn't that so sweet?
So
Dreams.
when
You
was
gotta
the
have
first
dreams.
time you tried or smoked the
No, I've never done that. Dude, that's illegal in Texas if you guys don't know.
Yeah,
So-
it's full disclosure that drinking alcohol, doing anything fun is illegal in Texas.
Yes, it is. The only thing I can do is gamble, and I can't even do that in Texas. Gotta go to Oklahoma.
He's a good kid.
If you want to be a bad boy, you just got to go to Oklahoma.
I think. Yeah, I can't even smoke cigarettes at 18. That's stupid.
Oh yeah, they changed
that's
that.
right. I forgot about that. Yeah, for
Could you smoke cigarettes at 18? Whenever you turned 18?
I could, but I don't smoke cigarettes.
Oh.
But I do remember a while back, I went with a friend who was buying cigarettes, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this," and they ID'd him, and he's like 30, and I was like, "Are you IDing him? 18? He looks 30." And they're like, "Well, no, it's actually 21 now." And I'm like, "Still, okay, 3 years."
I think to get like a can of Monster, like a Monster energy drink, you have to be 16.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Is that
serious.
true?
I believe. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I've heard that before. Because when I was 16, they were like, I don't think you can have this. And I was like, what? What? Give me my drink now. It's the closest I can get to alcohol and cocaine.
That explains all the that explains all the teens outside the convenience store going, "Hey, can you buy us some Monsters?"
No, there's Hard Monster now. It's not very good. Just kidding. No, I'm there.
I'm not drinking anything called Hard Monster.
Oh, that sounds
Hard
like a
Monster sounds like a
boner pill.
category on the hub.
It's just like a boner pill.
that sounds hard.
Okay, well, let's not be crass.
All right. Dude.
Dude, how come your dad didn't want to come on here, man? I was actually looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm his real father. That's why.
He's right here. No.
You know, he
so-
may be his biological father. Sure, fine. If we're gonna argue science here, but if we're all gonna sit here and we're gonna try to get down to brass task and ask who the real daddy is, that's me.
Shut up. So the reason why, my dad doesn't not want to be on the podcast, So me and him were talking, and like I'm trying to like kind of veer away from like being like in the comedy thing. It's just me and my dad. Does that make sense? Like I'm his kid. It's like, and it's something that I kind of want to grow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he's not opening for me if I get famous, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's what me and him were thinking. I was like, he was like, you kind of need to start like spreading away because I don't want to be like. I don't want to be, for the rest of me being here at YCC, be like, oh, that's, I have to be with my dad. I got to be with my dad. Me and my dad, like, you know?
That's fair.
And so I was like, I'm going to try to do it with somebody else. And me and you had just had that stupid conversation about Cody Ko getting canceled. And I was like, yeah, me and Gabe would do pretty good on a podcast. I'll ask
I think
him.
we would.
I asked Gabe if
maybe we will one day. Yeah. Maybe we'll do good on a podcast one day.
I asked Gabe actually to be on the podcast with me before I even asked you if Gabe could be on it instead of my dad. So I asked you, like, you want to be on the podcast?
He was like, well, worst case scenario, I just tell him he's my dad.
Okay, no, shout out to your dad. Like I said,
we love
curious because you came up to me saying, "Hey, can me and my dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then when I asked him, he's like, "I think it'd be better if Caleb."
No, he just really dislikes you, like everything about.
Oh yeah, he's been visceral. I mean, I can't think of another word other than spiteful and hateful. I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Like, this guy has a freaking podcast. I wanted a podcast.
He was just like, look. I'm not saying one-man holocausts are a good idea. But what I am saying...
A Holocaust joke? Really, dude?
I know, really? That's so outdated.
Wow. Yeah, that was like...
So outdated.
You know, like
I need to mention modern bigotry.
6 million people couldn't even be pissed off at that, but they would be, all right? They would be pissed off.
Wow, he's really lecturing me.
Yeah, I really am. This. Yeah, and you said you were daddy? All right, no more phone. Give me a phone.
That'd be funny. The roles just switch.
Shout out to you again, Kurt.
Oh, I did that whenever we were at Bomb City. My dad's girlfriend was watching, and my dad left to go get them drinks. And I tapped her on the shoulder because she was behind. I was like, I need to talk to you. Like, got real serious. And she looked at me, she's like, what? I was like, what are your intentions with my dad? I was like, I need him home at 9:30 tonight.
And before you thinking about showing him the drugs, it's a no.
Yeah. You're not going to... He will not touch you unless y'all are married. Do you understand me? If he has to be home at 9. If he's home at 9:01, it's your ass.
If you're asking me to bless your wedding, I'm not going to.
You know that spot where they're like, speak now or forever hold your peace? I'm speaking. You better not.
You think I'm loud now? Wait till then.
And then he walks by. All right, what's going on?
He's like, how's it going? Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Nothing.
Hey, Pop.
Is that your drinks? Cool.
Yeah. I'm going to go get a nice water.
Yeah, you guys have a good time now. Oh, that pissed me off, too.
He walks past Kurt, and he's like...
Yeah, like Dad, whenever you can't see him. Doing hand signs and stuff. That's funny.
What'd you say? You were saying something that did piss you off?
Yeah, something made you very upset.
Oh, I was so mad. Okay, so I'm there. We're at Bomb City. We get there early, right? Mm-hmm. And the lady goes in there and is like, so you guys are the comics, yeah? And she's like, what do y'all want to drink? It's on the house.
Aww.
And...
Why didn't you tell me that?
I know.
Yeah, it was
I didn't know that was... I didn't know that was what they were doing. I would have drank more than water that night.
Bro. No, she said, what do y'all want to drink? Or something like that. And she like asked me. Oh. And I was like, oh. And then Jacob was like, no, he's 18. He's 18.
Jacob, come on, bro.
See, and you would have had a perfect story for this podcast. Jacob got in the way of that.
Come on, cock blocker.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying about that too.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about that. I was actually going to bring up that. Okay, so Jacob does Braille. Do you do the same thing with your little notes?
Braille?
It's because they said that his
the chicken scratch.
Oh, yeah.
So he just says it's Braille because he can't think of anything else.
Well, that's just what his name says.
It's not amazing, but like...
It looks like a playbook.
Can you show me?
I saw a word in there. And I want to find it.
Is it just cunt? I have a big bold.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, why is it bold? Why is it underlined? Why does it have a drawing of your mother next to it?
Okay. So that's how I do it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking y'all just put like one word and then
sometimes I do that as well. I mean, To an extent. Like sometimes I write the punchline if I'm having trouble remembering just the punchline, but most of the time it is just
What's
the word.
your
to give
What's
me
your
the joke.
process? Like where does your like thought of logic go when you go from beginning to end of writing a joke?
I like at the beginning, it's like stuff that I try to do stuff that comes out of my like day-to-day life. So like if I say something funny with like my friends and they get a laugh at it, then I'm like, oh, well, let me write that down. I'll write it down. If they say something that's funny, I'm like, can I write that down? And they're like, yeah, you can write that down. I'll write it down. I don't think I've ever used a joke that I've stolen from some other friend. One premise that I distinctly remember stealing from a friend was he was like, I don't check my text messages, is what he was saying. I was like, no, I don't either. He's like, yeah, like, I mean, like, it's only like to text back my mom or to see if like Pizza Hut has given me like a discount. I don't know. That was the only thing I wrote down from any of that. So yeah.
That's cool though. I like when comedy comes that naturally.
Yeah, like I write down stuff that happens in my day-to-day life, and then I mean like if I'm really struggling, sometimes I'll like look at memes or something to try to like get like the like funny element.
Right, like maybe you try to like riff off of what you read.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, that's funny because of this and this, and you take it into a way that's really your own sense.
And
of
also, something that's like it doesn't write funny stuff. All right, if you plug in like a joke that you have, and you plug it into ChatGPT, it'll give you a new. I guess it gives me new ways to think about it, because what it says is ridiculously unfunny. Like it makes it really robotic and not very funny at all. Okay. But it gives you another way to look at it.
See, I always thought you were robotic, and now I know why.
Now you know why. Yeah, no.
You're robo-comedian.
No, I've only used that once or twice. I used that on like the divorced dad bit. To like, or whenever he like sits me down, blah blah, that whole bit, and I used it then, and it didn't. I tried to make it have a new perspective, and it didn't really end up working. And that's like one of the main times I can remember like being like, hey, ChatGPT, make this joke funnier, and it didn't really work. I can't think of any other ones that
I like Jacob's little Javi's by and so am I, and then he comes up with like a line of jokes off that.
Yeah, Jake. I normally when I try to get my jokes down, I do that where I try to give it like a title, so that way I can like go, oh, okay, this title, that's the joke. That's how I do it. And I honestly, for the longest time, that's just been the most effective method. And
Wait, what do you do? Repeat that. I'm sorry.
So like, well, when I like write my notes, like physically, when I write them down for a joke, I just write it off of the title.
Of the joke? Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think for the longest time I was worried if I wrote it word for word, it would seem too scripted.
Yeah.
And I was trying to script it too much, and especially since sometimes I try to add in a little bit, some other kind of flair. Yeah. So I try to keep it as like a discussion point, but I know what the joke is. But I had a joke a while back that I really liked, and then I found the title of it, and I just couldn't remember it.
Oh wow.
It escaped me. So
yeah,
I'm trying now to like make my own little like joke book.
Yeah.
Where I just
that's what I do with most of my
where
stuff.
I just like write all of the jokes I know like from my heart verbatim, so I just have something to look at.
Yeah.
Because I think doing that forever is not going to be good for having like a comprehensive like library of material.
I did something really similar to that whenever I did that To Catch a Predator bit, like that new joke that I had. I started that. It was just like me and my girlfriend were talking about it, and I was like, dude, that stuff's so funny. And like we'd watch it, and there's some pedophile getting run over with a shopping cart. Like, I mean, it's hard not to laugh. And I was like, I can make a like set about this. Like, this is a funny topic. And then like, I mean, it kind of just like was like I had like a funny premise, and then I just went on stage with it to see what would happen that last open mic that we were at, and it kind of it worked itself out, and it became like I have it written down as like a joke. So
that's always fun. The ones where you're like, I'll test it, and then it turns out being like
really funny.
A bit.
Yeah.
That's how it was when I wrote that that old people joke. I did that joke about Dick Van Dyke.
That Dick Van Dyke joke is awesome.
Where I was so like, clever. Oh, I'm gonna try to say this. I don't know if this makes sense. I don't know if people would get it. And then I did it, and I was like a one-off. And then I got such a big laugh that I was like, okay, that one is going in the book. That one is sticking around.
You're gonna scribble, braille.
My girlfriend's favorite joke that you have is the one about you working at Lowe's. She always asks me, like, whenever she does shows, like, is he gonna do that one about him working at Lowe's? And I was like, I doubt it.
I tell you, that is one of the things I really aspire for in my writing. Is I really try to make like
a memorable joke.
Yeah, a joke that either somebody can go and tell someone else, like at the office, like, oh, I heard this joke, you want to hear it? And they say that. Or it's something where people are like when people play the hits at a show where they're like, oh, I hope they play this. Like, I want to start a joke and people are like, oh, it's going to be that joke. Hang on. This one's good.
Yeah. That's how I was with that Dick Van Dyke joke was awesome. I need to go to the show and hear it. It's amazing.
I need to hear it now too. You always have good jokes. That's why I'm like, which one is it? Oh, he has too many, so I don't know. I just have to be there.
Too many.
He's got too many jokes. I mean, I want to like the guy.
Funny.
I want to like the guy, but I keep telling him, you'd be really good if you stuck to one joke.
Yeah.
If you kept it down to one joke, everybody would know who you are because you're that joke guy.
Just start with the start of the joke. Knock knock.
And then get off stage.
Knock knock. One more time. Knock knock. See, it was even funnier the third time.
So look at that. Now see that what you're witnessing is the comedy process.
And then they know exactly what they're paying for when they pay for a ticket. I know exactly what he's going to say when he walks
and then
on
when
stage.
you name your special knock knock, they're
exactly.
going to know exactly what they're getting into.
So the Netflix is like, you need a special. What's the name? You're like, okay, so I got this one joke, right? Knock knock.
Guys, hear me out. Hear me out. 2 words. Knock knock. Well, it's technically 1 word, so
there's a hyphen.
Oh man, that's good.
When's the last time you used a hyphen?
It's the last time I used a hyphen.
Yeah.
Like
This is critical information.
When I was like writing a word down. Like when was the last time you used an apostrophe?
That has been a while.
We're just talking about the English language.
I need to
Hey man, how's your semicolon game going? Is it good?
You ever used a Nine or whatever those things are? What is it called?
No, it's an enye.
Enye?
Yeah.
What is that one?
Well, it's because it's usually on N. It's the little squiggle above like the N.
The N?
Well, that's probably not what it's called. It's not called an enye. That's what the letter's called. But I think there's like a word for that.
Oh, like the little squiggle. Because you can put it on a lot of things now.
I'm thinking about pi, right? That little thing? No.
No, you're tweaking.
Well, pi does have a squiggle.
Yeah, pi does. Pi's like a squiggly N. It's like an N with a squiggle above it.
It's called in.
This is top-notch content.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
hope the people listening are so entertained by this. I hope that they're just like, dang.
I was
This is some insightful stuff. I could be listening to Rogan right now. This is what I want to listen to.
I'm hoping one day, I don't know when, but I'm hoping to do a special with like 4 or 5 of y'all. Because
That would be cool.
But like a drinking special.
Yeah, we do like
let me know.
it's like a big Avengers. It's like an Avengers crossover.
You know, I wanted to do that. At first I'm going to get individual. And then all I want is maybe get a bigger spot, get a big table, and get all y'all at the same time. But then I was told by multiple y'all that that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
and
I feel
I think going in chunks is fine. I think having little team ups is good.
Yeah.
Especially this. Like I think it helps kind of show our like what makes
Dynamic,
YCC so great is like our dynamic and like the friendship element.
Absolutely.
But I think there is such a thing as too many cooks in the kitchen, and I think comedians
feel
are a
like
perfect example of that.
I'm struggling not interrupting you right now. I feel like 10 of us, it would be a train
every
wreck.
comedian is. If you meet a comedian, they're a guaranteed ADHD narcissist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big narcissist.
So-
Like, heavy on the narcissist.
Big narcissist.
So let's say I brought 3 more. Let's pretend I brought Colin, Saul, and then I brought Javi. So would that be a mess right there on its own, or no, not really?
like if it was us two, Colin, Saul, Javi.
Yes, and I brought him here. I got a bigger table. Would that be a mess right there, or would that be fine?
I think that one would be okay. I think
I just think a good group to do it with, to test the waters with.
Yeah, that would be a good one to test the waters with because I think all of us have a good enough like understanding.
Manners.
Yeah, manners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't invite Jacob.
Okay, so
Oh God! Don't say that.
So let's say I brought, and then
It's like say I brought everybody but Jacob. Yeah, it would work.
Oh God! Okay. I was gonna say like if I brought Jacob, then Taylor, and then her husband, would that be a little bit more of a mess, or would that be just fine?
That's hard. It depends on how much drugs Jacob's done before.
I think what would help first before you do that is to see what everybody's podcast dynamic is.
Yeah,
I think that would help
yeah,
to see like who gels with who does that to see what the best come out would be.
Yeah,
Not
for
to
sure
say that
would,
like
yeah. I
there's
agree.
a combination that wouldn't work, but it's just more about like what would be usable, what would be entertaining.
Yeah. See who's funny. See who's like funny and the reason why they're funny, and try to pair it with somebody else who would also be funny.
Right.
Because
No, you
I
go.
was gonna say in the future I would like. Okay, I had all y'all. Now let's switch partners.
Switch groups.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. But
I think that would be a good tester for now.
Yeah, it's like elementary school icebreakers. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Musical chairs with comedians.
Yeah.
Now tell us one interesting thing about yourself.
Do you like chicken strips or do you like pizza? Did you never get that one?
Bro, I'm like vegan. Why would you say that to me?
You can get a vegan pizza and vegan chicken. You didn't know that? You can get vegan chicken.
Bro, I can't spell.
called
Why would you say that to
KFC.
me? Why would you say that to me? I can't spell. I don't know what you just said.
You look like the type that spell. Dude, isn't KFC like lab grown chicken or something?
You would know you're lab grown.
Yeah, I was in the same test tube.
Yeah. You're in that same Captain America test tube as the KFC.
I was right next to Chicken
Kentucky
Joe.
Fried Caleb. KFC.
Oh, it's spelled with K.
Damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not spelled with C.
You guys are like brothers, bro. Y'all like I said, I can't wait for the next group. I hope they're like brothers too.
I think all of us are. Like I said,
Yeah, we all
I really
very good together.
love how much this group has grown. And I mean, it was already like we were already good friends, but seeing like all of these other people come in and just like the friend group just expanded was such a cool thing.
How often do you, Colin, and Saul hang out? Like outside of comedy?
Outside of well, to be fair, Saul, it's not fair with me and Saul because Saul
y'all
and I,
work together?
yeah, we work
Yeah.
together. So
Really?
yeah,
You
we
and Saul?
work in the
Oh,
same office.
Nice. I didn't know.
So
that.
him and I talk or see each other pretty often.
And y'all
so
don't, y'all don't do comedy, huh? Y'all don't talk comedy, huh? Y'all just
not really, not at work. Just because I'm weird. I've got like a thing where like I value my work. So whenever I go to work, I kind of shut it off.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't talk too much about comedy there. But that's by the time we started working together, we had already been friends for a long time. So that was already easy. We hang out, somewhat often every now and then. But I mean, we're just talking all the time. Like we're always messaging on Instagram and stuff like that. So like we were always in constant contact. And then I also feel like Crack and Crab is us hanging out.
Yeah.
That's what I love
it.
about it. Everybody's there to just hang out, and then the comedy's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's that makes sense. That makes sense. I've always wondered that. Like before, whenever I first got there, I was like, oh, these guys like hang out all the time. Like these guys are like
We
buds.
talk all the time. I don't know. I mean,
Like, hang
we
out.
all have different like social batteries.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
it's different. I
Dude,
mean, I went with
Is
Colin
like
to
a
a.
recluse or no? Like he seems like a recluse.
who?
I mean,
Colin.
he's like me, where it's in and out.
Yeah.
But me and Colin both are big like Nintendo fans. So like
Yeah.
him and I are always like texting over like Nintendo stuff.
So you guys like never have sex.
Yeah. Dude.
Zelda.
You should see us. We're talking like we're watching a live game. Like we're watching like a live NFL game. Like we'll be hearing Nintendo announcements and I'll be like, you will not believe
Oh, yeah,
what
do
I
that
just
too.
saw." Yeah.
Nice, man. Heck yeah. So you're ready for the new Metroid?
Boy, am I.
I was gonna bring my Switch when I came over here.
You should have.
My dad got me a Switch for my birthday.
Oh,
yesterday.
really? What model?
Not the OLED one, like the older one. Only
Cheap.
generation. Yeah, I know, that's what I was thinking. Oh. He
got
got it for free. Wait, he like got
Okay, you're making it worse.
he got it. He got like Verizon or something. He got like a $200 Target gift card, which was my graduation present. And then he got a Switch, which he was like, "I'll give it to you on your birthday."
What have you been playing on it?
I downloaded Animal Crossing just because I mean like that's what it has. So that's what I've been playing. I love Animal Crossing. I like
That's
fishing.
good.
I like fishing. And then I downloaded Sword, Pokemon Sword.
Okay.
And I'll download
Okay.
some other ones.
Wait,
There's a lot of good Pokemon games on there.
Pokemon. I'm playing Pokemon Violet right now.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really? Is it good?
It's okay. They try to do the whole open world thing. So it's I don't know. Explain it.
I don't know if I think it's a good idea to test it with Pokemon because they shouldn't do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I think it's a good idea, but I don't think they execute it well.
Let's just all agree that they peaked at Pokemon Go. Like,
Oh god, dude. Pokemon Go is legit.
Buddy,
I
you
still-
need to Pokemon go to the polls, okay?
don't even,
Alright.
yeah, I need to get registered to vote. I cannot legally drive right now because I don't have my driver's license like updated or whatever.
Why would you admit to that? You drove here.
No, I didn't. My dad did. Hey, also, I need a ride home. So, just kidding.
All the way to Parrington?
No, Canyon.
Yeah,
I'm
good
not.
luck
This
walking.
isn't a joke.
Okay, well then it won't be a long walk.
Uh,
My goodness, you see this kid?
what is this guy doing? What is he doing? All right.
Just doing voices all
We
the
need
time.
to do. There's a game. The only open world game I really loved was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom is great.
Get that game.
Yeah, I was gonna download Breath of the Wild. And what was the other one?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom's like the sequel.
Oh,
To
to
Breath of the
like
Wild.
5 years after or something, but
Yeah.
it's super good.
It's
so.
they're both
Breath of the Wild is
amazing.
5 years old.
No, Breath of the Wild is like Breath of the Wild came out in 2017.
Oh my god.
So it's
Dude, I'm
it's
getting
7 years old.
dude. I remember when that game
Shut
came out.
up.
I remember when that game came out.
Shut up.
I'm getting old.
This kid's got peach fuzz on his chin. Talking about some, oh God, I'm going to be in the retirement home next week. It's so over for me.
Dude.
I didn't know I was talking to Joe Biden over here.
I'm losing hair.
The Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are over 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Bro, what the
Why was that ridiculous?
That's ridiculous. I don't know.
It's been half of your life.
God.
Dude, it's wild.
Caleb, have you heard of a PlayStation? Have you heard of that? The PlayStation.
I had the PlayStation one as
Did
a kid.
you?
That was my first console.
So Super
Oh,
Nin-
really?
Never had another PlayStation.
That was
since.
your first console?
Yeah, I got it at a garage sale when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
It had like one game because it was stuck in the disc drive, and I played it. It was like a racing game. That's all I did.
Did
and
you-
then I got Xbox 360.
So did you ever play the Super Nintendo? Do you know what that is?
I know what it is. It's the one that looks like it has like a penis in the middle. I know exactly what you're talking
That's an N64, and that's not what that is.
about. Sorry, I've had sex before. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Let's talk about that real quick.
He's like, that brings me by my. He's like, that brings me my next subject. When was the first time
What's
you
your
had sex?
favorite
But I know we can cross that one out.
What's your favorite position?
Kurt?
That's not a position. That's my favorite person to do it with.
Oh, okay.
Cut that.
Cut that.
I know you're not cutting that, but cut that.
Okay, Matt. Okay, Matt.
That's not funny, guys. Don't laugh.
That's what I was saying. That my idea. I don't know when. I might try for November or December, but I want to get a group of y'all. Maybe not a big group, just a couple of y'all. And just
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to.
shots,
Yeah,
guys,
invite me.
shots. All right,
Yeah.
number one, let's go, and then the DD will be.
Yeah,
don't
not
know,
me.
That could be fun though. We could come in like in groups, like in little clusters, and do that. Like if we did like 3 to 4, I think that would work.
Yeah, I feel like that could work as well.
Like I said, we all have a pretty good back and forth. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody in the group that doesn't get along,
feel like it would
unless
be
it's
fun.
unless it's Jacob and Denelli. Apparently,
I feel like that would be still funny to have on a podcast though. Two people who hate each other.
I might
be like rat beef.
This past, let's see, what was it? A couple of weeks ago when I was with Harvey and their open mic, yeah, they FaceTime each other. Jacob and what's your name, Denelli?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were just talking shit. That was it though.
Yeah, they talk shit in the group chat all the time too. Like they're like,
What did he say?
they're like, what are they? They said
I'm
something.
like, can
the
we
other day.
repeat that?
They talk crap all the time in the group chat, like in the comedy group chat.
They do talk crap a lot.
know, and that's
but
cool,
I thought
man.
that was all.
No, I don't think it's love, dude. Like,
Dang.
I don't know.
I didn't
See, that's what I worry about whenever I try to like do roasting or like jabbing in my thing. I'm
You feel
like,
like it's gonna be like somebody's gonna take it the wrong way.
I worry that somebody's gonna take it as like, why would you say that? That's why I try to make it so like goofy and ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
So it's like, come on, if you really thought I was being serious, like if Javi got mad at me for calling him Aquaman,
yeah,
I would be like, okay, you're really mad at that?
yeah.
You're really mad at that? You're gonna look at me. Like I said, look at me. I look worse. And you're gonna say that you're offended by that. But I worry about that, and then I also worry about like crowd energy. I don't want them to be like, okay, here comes the host, ready to say something mean.
Yeah.
So I try to be like, okay, here's a little quick riff, whether it's on them or about their material, and then I can try to build from there.
Dude, the thing you said about Nikki at the Bomb City show was hilarious.
I don't remember what I
You
said.
were like, you went on stage. You're like, he like mumbled through that entire set. You're like, and everybody still ate it up because he's black. And then you like said some rapper or something. You're like, oh yeah, it was funny. It was really funny.
Yeah, I think that was. You know what's so funny is it brings it back to what you said before about the whole thing of like interacting with friends.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, can I take that? That's like a really fun thing about like hosting that I've had with Colin, where like him and I will like jab about something in between somebody's head when somebody else is like hosting.
Yeah.
And someone would be like, oh, can I take that? Can I go back? Can I go up and take that? Because now I remember that. I think I said Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, you did.
I think he said
yeah.
he sounded like Busta Rhymes. That's because Colin was making that comment. And I was like, oh my God, that's so good. Can I use that? And he's like, yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I remember about that? Poor
Hmm.
Javi was all nervous, like crazy. Before all that started, he was just walking back and forth. Walk out there. He was like there.
But if you're not nervous, you're not having a good time.
No,
I think
yeah.
I think being nervous
I
is
agree,
almost
yeah.
required. That's what makes it like a roller coaster
Because
feeling.
that's what I feel like. That's what makes you good is like having your nerves, but be able to like
Right.
hone them and like fit. Like I don't know. It's fun.
Because if you're nervous, you're afraid of something.
Exactly.
And I think
yeah.
you know you're able to go like, okay, I really want this to work.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're not nervous and you really couldn't care how it goes either way, I think it shows how much you care about your material.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Javi.
Yeah.
Shout out to Javi again.
Oh, you know what's crazy too though? That y'all's group chat. I didn't know y'all had a group chat. They showed. They didn't show me like what y'all put, but they showed me the group chat. I didn't know y'all had a group chat. That's pretty cool.
We've had a group chat since the first show.
Yeah,
First
since when
newbie
we
show.
were planning the first show,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think was when, and then we called it like the comedy newbies.
And now it's the not so newbies.
Yeah, now it's the not so newbies
sounds
because they're
like-
not so new.
So did y'all do? You know what they should do? I don't know unless y'all do this. What do y'all call it? An initiation or whatever?
Yeah,
It's y'all spank them or something.
Yeah, we do a heavy
Brand 'em,
initiation. We
brand
do the
'em.
same thing George Bush had to do, where you got to get in a coffin.
What?
You didn't hear about
Oh,
that?
the skull and bones.
Yeah, that's what it is. The
Yeah,
skull and bones.
yeah,
You got to
yeah.
do. It's this. So take everything you know about the skull and bones and what happened there.
And just do it
That's
for
us.
YCC.
Yeah, that's us.
That's yeah. We
That's
do
what
that
we
to a T actually. Yeah. George Bush was actually our first member.
Yeah, he was our first member.
He's like, it'd be really funny if we like lost $1 trillion like right before 9/11, and then that was like a whole like joke that he did for YCC. It's a true story.
He'd be like, yeah, I did it, and then he gets off the stage. All he says is, "Yep, I did it."
No, that is funny about did you see that what's his name? Simpson. O.J. Simpson has a book, and it just said, "I did it," and then the "if" is like ridiculously small, like in like the top right corner. So it's like,
See, I don't
"If
believe in
did it."
disrespecting the dead. I just want to say that.
I'm not disrespecting.
I
that.
mean,
I'm just saying
I
that's a
feel
funny-
like
that's a funny book title.
you're. I feel like now that OJ's dead, he's a hero. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He was freaking out. He's freaking out. He was like, "Where's this going?"
No, where is this going?
He tackled depression. All right, he tackled it. He tackled adversity. He got a sack for it.
But I do remember when he did that, when he wrote like the
I did
like it was like I did it, and then in the middle of that I is like the smallest like
Little
if.
yeah.
It just says if.
Yeah.
So it was just like if I did it.
That's like ridiculously funny though. Like that's so
It's
funny.
sad.
What? No, it's if he did it. He made so much money off that book.
Guys, I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying if he did.
Exactly. He would do it really small. He'd do the if really small if he did it.
Wouldn't it be crazy if he like described a detail like nobody had ever thought of in the case?
I think that would be really funny if that's what he done. Like
Like he was like, oh, and I went and killed like somebody else a block away. And then he's like, what?
he's like, I use the same gloves though.
He's like, he just like doesn't care. He's just like, yeah. Then 2 years later, I killed this guy, and then whoa, OJ was really going for a record.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So hey,
I just used the same gloves each time, and I got away with it. Like they were like, they don't fit. I mean, it wasn't me.
Frankly, I was hoping the cops were going to catch me at one point. I kept killing people.
Oh, he made all of his family members sign a cease and desist whenever he was dying.
Really?
Like, yes, whenever he's dying, whenever you talk to him, they cannot speak about it. He definitely did that. Like he
Dude, that's
did.
crazy.
I'm not even kidding. Look it up. Like he literally like.
Did you hear about that like workout video he did that had to be used in court? Did you hear about that?
no, I didn't.
So he did because part of the arguments they were making about him, I may be completely ignorant talking about this. There's going to be some OJ expert, Colin, who's going to be like, actually, that's incorrect. But to my understanding, I think one of the arguments they were making is like, oh, I don't think he was strong enough to commit like those murders. I don't think he had the mental strength at the time. And then around the time, like maybe a month before the murders happened, he filmed an educational workout video, like everyday workouts that he did on a VHS tape, and they had to play it in court to show that he was. So it was just like him being like, "Oh, you have to be ready to be strong at any point in life. You know, you got to be ready." And it's so like it's like immediately aged for him if you watch it. Like it's just like there's one where he's talking about like getting like calm in the office space, where he's like, "Oh, you gotta have to do a little getaway," and he goes, "You have to strain your muscles," and he's like, "You have to get really like this, like yeah," and it looks almost like he's gonna go like. Yeah, you just have to get like that and just yeah.
I'm mentally strong.
Yeah, no.
Mentally strong.
Take this, Nicole. It doesn't have to be Nicole. It could be anybody.
Gentlemen, so here's my question to y'all.
Yeah, let's get off the OJ talk.
Yes, please.
What is y'all's favorite show that y'all have ever done in your performance? Can you answer that one? And we'll start with Caleb. Your favorite performance that you know, like, oh, this was my favorite show, and I'll remember it forever.
I feel like that's kind of easy. The Big Texan show was not only was it for a good cause, it was at a really cool venue.
Yeah.
And we had all the comics on it.
Wait, okay, when was this?
This was at the first weekend of June that we did it.
Yeah.
Wait, the Big Texan or the
Well, it was at Starlight Ranch.
Starlight Ranch.
Starlight
Ranch.
Ranch.
Well, that's a part of Big
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
Don't beat
Okay.
yourself up.
Okay, okay, I got you. Was that everybody was there, huh? All
Yeah.
the comedians were there.
That was our Avengers Endgame
yeah,
moment. We
that
all
was
came
so
out of
cool.
portals and everything.
Nice.
Dude, it would've been cool if we
did-
could've got
Who
Nikki
did that
on it.
though? Who
Oh,
did
Colin. That's Colin.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Colin grabbed the microphone stand and was like, assemble.
Colin's I feel like Colin would have been like the weird little Squidward guy who was working with Thanos. You know what I'm talking about?
There's like 500 of those.
Colin's one of them.
I don't know which one it was. It was one of them.
Who hosted that one?
Colin.
Oh, Colin. And who's the last one? Who's the main event on that one?
Kevin.
Kevin. Yeah, Kevin.
heck yeah,
That's
man.
Kevin.
Hey, nice.
Dude, he's so funny.
Who else? Who else?
What are you talking about?
Like, who else would
was
close
on-
the show out like
I thought you were
that?
like, who else was on the show? I was really drunk.
Yeah,
that
we got to
night.
go through every single person there. No, that is definitely one of our most memorable ones.
Oh yeah, that was so cool. And
sure.
I hope y'all do that again, though. I really hope y'all guys do it again.
But I also really like this last show that we did at Bomb City. That was my last show that I'm probably gonna do like in Amarillo with like really with YCC. And I mean it's sad, but like I got to do it with the people that I like genuinely did like Jake or like not Jacob I guess, but who else? Nikki. I really wanted to do a show with Nikki.
Nah. It's all good. It's fine. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do a show with Nikki, and I got to do a show with Nikki, which was really cool because he
Yeah.
was. I mean, you, Colin, Nikki, and Eric were the first people I ever saw do comedy in Amarillo.
Oh,
y'all were the
really?
first- I went to the Pondaseta show with my
Okay.
dad,
Oh, okay.
and that show was. I mean, it was a really good show, and I knew that like I really wanted to be with y'all like in a show and stuff like that, and then. Colin put us on that newbie show, and that was it. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a show with Nikki, and I mean, me and you have done shows before. I mean, a couple of shows. So I don't know. Yeah, that one was my favorite for like sentimental reasons, but the Starlight Ranch show was really cool.
Gabe, your favorite, if you recall?
I think most of my favorites are for like sentimental reasons of
Yeah.
ones where it's like, oh, this was like a big like
Moment for me.
Yeah, it was a moment, and that I think Starlight was a perfect example
Yeah.
because that was so many things. I feel like it was a perfect night, like a perfect showcase of what makes YCC so good, where you got to see every single comedian and they were all at the top of their game.
Yeah.
And so seeing all of them just crush it like that was just amazing to watch.
Yeah, and it was for a good cause. Like,
Yeah,
it's
and
just, like,
that was the extra benefit was like knowing that we got a bunch of people there and we got to do this like big like show, but it was something for more than just like, oh, we want a big crowd for a good laugh.
Yeah.
We got to do something beyond ourselves.
Yeah, and YCC made a good connection with that. I think y'all are gonna do more shows at Starlight. I believe. is
I hope
what they
so.
were
I hope
talking
so.
about.
It was a good turnout. I really liked it. And then our Big Texan show was
Yeah,
another
that
big
was cool,
highlight.
yeah.
That one was really, really cool.
Yeah, I liked watching that show. That show was fun.
And yeah, I wish I was at that one. Yeah, y'all all talked good about it. I hope, Colin, if you're listening, please do another one.
Yeah,
of those.
Colin, step up your game.
Yeah,
Come
Colin,
on.
dude.
Look,
Stop talking
look,
to people.
guys, let's all acknowledge. Everybody look at your cameras. We know Colin's watching. Colin,
No, you're watching, dude.
put your Switch down. Put your Switch down. Zelda's not going anywhere. And neither is Metroid. You sicko. Now, look at us in the eyes. Everybody look. Look at us in the eyes. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Put it all and I'll promote it. Facebook, everything.
If you have to sell your fake gold watch, sell
We
your
will
fake
be.
gold watch. To make
Yeah. If you have to sell all that credibility you got with that gold chain,
If you
it's
gotta
not going to
sell-
matter.
If you have to sell it back to the guy who got it at the kiosk at the mall, then do it. All right.
Look,
Like,
I
as
know
long
you're
as-
going to have to scrounge up every penny selling what hair you have left. But you're going to have
He's
to
only
do
gonna
it.
have like $1, like max.
Yeah, but there's like 50 in his mustache.
those are more valuable. So
Yeah, right.
So, gentlemen, now let me ask you this one: what is y'all's worst show that y'all can recall? Caleb, we'll start with you again.
that's hard.
Because for y'all, it's kind of rare to have a pretty bad show.
Honestly, okay, this is honestly kind of funny. I feel like, I mean, if we're putting bad shows like my worst performance, that's what I'm gonna label it as. It was probably Starlight Ranch.
That was your worst?
I felt like I just felt like
my most memorable show is also my worst show.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
you talking about?
well, it's
bro?
just that show was for a really good like purpose, and I didn't feel like I also feel like maybe I did do good. I couldn't hear people laugh like during that show.
Oh
because
no,
it was
you
so far
couldn't.
away. So, I
That
don't know.
is the worst feeling. Is
like-
when you do a set and you can't hear it, good or bad. Like
Yeah.
if the crowd booed you, you couldn't hear it.
Yeah, well, it's just because the way that venue's set up is you're not supposed to hear the people out there.
Yeah.
You know, and they're supposed to be able to hear you. But I mean, I feel like I didn't do bad on that show. I
No,
don't know.
everybody did good on that show.
Yeah.
Nobody did bad.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what show it would be then. Like, that was the only one just because I couldn't hear people. Maybe the first show, just because I mean, it's the first show. I don't know.
That show was memorable to me too because it felt like for people that were regulars of ours or like people that would come to a lot of our shows, going to that High Fidelity show
Yeah, it was so memorable because we got to be like, okay,
I don't think
here's all the new people. We got new blood. Let's get it going. And I felt like that was like a big highlight.
I don't think I've ever had a show where I've like bombed really bad.
I don't know.
I don't think I've had one where I've just like been like, man, dude. Like, I don't know. So I don't know.
You couldn't bomb if you had a grenade in your hand.
I probably could.
All right.
Okay. Well, now he's getting into physics.
Your worst that you can recall, like, oh, this one was the worst one.
Let's see.
And then you walked off the walk of shame. You
know, I do that thing Larry David would do, and he's like, you don't know what comedy is, and you throw the microphone down.
And then Colin came up to you, gave you a hug. It's okay. It's okay. You know?
Yeah, have you had? Yeah, I'm a known crier.
We can tell.
I'm trying to think of anything specific where it was like it really hurt, but I think most of those like truly bad ones I had was early on for like multiple reasons. I think it was I was new at it. I had learned what a rough crowd meant, like what exactly that was doing for you, and he was making terrible faces. I don't know why he does that. You're laughing. You're making terrible faces, and you're laughing.
I'm sorry. I can't take you seriously right now.
I can't either. But early on, it was hard to tell like what I know now of like, oh no, it's a good time no matter what happens. So I think those were the early ones, especially when I did open mics and I would test, and if I tested something and it just the whole set bombed and.
Yeah, that's I mean, like open mics, like bombing at open mics, like always kind of just like, man,
because it's hard because you're testing out your writing itself. Yeah. When you do a show, it's like, okay, I have
this material. Good stuff I know. Yeah.
And when you're doing an open mic, you're kind of being a little more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because you're going like, 100%. Okay, this is something I'm testing, or this is something I'm trying to
incorporate.
I'm trying to incorporate it. I'm trying to polish it. I'm trying to get it going. So if you go to an open mic and something doesn't land, it makes you a little bit more introspective than if you go to a show and bomb. Because then going to a show and bomb could be something as simple as like, well, everybody bombs. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
Or it was a tough crowd that night. They weren't ready for comedy or something. Like, I think it's easier to do that at a show than at an open mic.
Absolutely.
So what was your worst one that you can recall?
I just think Whiskey River. In general, when we did the open mics there with the pool tournaments.
Yeah.
Just because it was... no disrespect to Whiskey River at all.
Yeah. That's how.
But I hate them. I'm just kidding. No. I think those kinds of the ones that stuck with me a lot, where it felt like our comedy had to like compete for like a bunch of things that were going on in the room. Those are the ones that I think are the hardest ones.
I had a similar experience that too. Like my worst open mic wasn't at Crab. I did have a couple, like one or two bad mics at Circus Room, but the worst one that I had, and I don't think I've ever had like a really good, like I've not gotten really good laughs there, like ever, I don't think, was at Bar PM in Lubbock.
Really?
Yes.
Why Bar PM?
It's nothing with Bar PM. The first night I went, right? I mean, we were on stage. It was Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving one. So, I mean, there wasn't very many people there, obviously, you know. But in the room next to Bar PM, because it's split into two, there was a guy playing guitar. They had double booked Bar PM, and you couldn't, like, be heard.
Oh, yeah, especially for the space that Bar PM has. You're not going to be able to do that.
I bombed there. And then the next time I went, I mean, I also just didn't do, like, I did, like, the mullet bit. And I feel like that might be why it's not... That's why I don't like the guitar song. It's just because it didn't do very good. I think that might be the last one.
But that's a common thing to happen in your writing, though. Is that you have like an encounter that is bad enough to make you think that it's no good.
The joke isn't good. Yeah. I'll probably try to pick it back up. I'll definitely do it when I go to Chicago.
Yeah, definitely try it in Chicago. I think you should.
Make sure you record yourself while you're doing it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think your trumpet would. Let me clarify. Not trumpet. Trumpet. Yes, I think that would land pretty well because
in Chicago. Yeah,
I think. Here's the thing, because what I really think makes your Trump material very good is that everybody's trying to do a Trump impression, right?
Yeah, true.
Even people that aren't comedians, like people that are just goofballs that are just like, I'm gonna talk like Trump.
I'm gonna do whatever I can.
Yeah,
quite frankly, to do the voice.
But I think you do a good job more than other comedians because they try to play the voice. And I think you try to play the character.
Oh yeah. I agree.
So do you like?
I made a MAGA hat, a MAGA Viagra hat. Like it has MAGA and then it has the Viagra logo. I did it at the thing, and then instead of the American flag on the, I think it's the left side or whatever, I put a huge penis that's colored like the American flag.
You should wear that to the grocery store.
I have. That lady was like, oh my gosh, whenever I was at the grocery store.
she like paused in the middle of reading, like, oh my God.
I've seen you at comedy before.
That is funny.
I like your minor joke that you use over there in one of the shows.
What show?
The one at vodka. In front of the lady.
Yeah. I did that. I've been trying to incorporate more crowd work because I've been scared of like doing improv, like because I mean you don't know what's gonna happen. So I've been trying to do it more at like Crab and stuff, like going up with nothing and just messing with people. Like I just end up messing with Colin. I feel like he's just so easy to pick on. You definitely got bullied in school, huh, Colin?
No, Colin. But here's the thing, though. I think we pick on Colin a lot because I think Colin is so common that I think when we lean into like, oh, we need to make fun of somebody, everybody knows Colin.
Yeah,
Colin's introduced the show. You've seen him putting up the stuff, and Colin is one of the most iconic things of it. So like, if you do a bit and like, and I've thought about that too before. Whenever I'm hosting. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a joke about somebody. I'm like, well, they haven't seen Javi come up yet. So they're just going to oh, yeah, there's this Javi guy here. Yeah, and he like, certainly looks like this. And it's like, okay, well.
It's just a dick. I mean.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where people are going like, okay, so this guy's just being a jerk.
Yeah, he's like.
Oh, no, his comedy is being mean. Now, I.
Big shot Michelin man. I think he's something.
We love you, Colin.
Yeah, Colin's great. Colin. I think part of it too came from Colin hosting for so long too that I think a lot of because that's what I would lean on too is I'd be like, well, I want to do a little roast or I want to do a joke like I have that joke about like I said something like your mom.
Yeah,
your mom.
doing the Biden sticker. Yeah.
Yes, and so when I was like, oh, it's a your mom joke, I was like, well, I can't just say your mom and then point out somebody who hasn't been on stage yet or. Point out somebody
to a random person in the audience.
Yeah, to a random person in the audience that's gonna catch a stray.
Yeah, it's like my mom's dead. Right. Your loss, not mine.
I don't want to gamble on that.
She died. Yeah.
I'll go to everybody in the crowd and be like, okay, before I go into this next joke, do we have anybody with dead mothers in the crowd?
I was doing crowd work at the last show I did in Lubbock, and I was talking to this lady. They had gotten married, and the guy was a jeweler or whatever. So I was like, let me see your ring. Blah blah. Blah. She showed. I was like, you're a jeweler. You could have done better. Is what I said to the guy. It was funny. They laughed at that.
I was about to say.
And then
he was like, my mom's dead.
and then I asked a horrible question because I was just like trying to think of something to ask. I was like, are you a mom? Is what I asked this lady, like just this like regular lady, like if she was a mom.
It is a weird way to ask that though. Are you like a mom? Are you a dad?
That's not something you like ask women though, right? Like you're not supposed to ask if they have kids because that just sounds like, I don't know. I don't know.
They've been
and I thought she was gonna be pissed off, so I asked that, and I was trying to think of something to like say that would be funny and not make her upset. And I was like, "Are you a mom?" And she was like, "No, I'm not a mom," is what she said. And I was like, do you want to be? So I said, like, you want to be or what?
That's a good one. That was a good though.
But that's where good improv is though. Is that where you kind of lean into that fear of like, I don't know what to say next. This.
Yeah.
And you get something good. Yeah, it's a juggling act for sure.
Yeah.
So what about your Trump material made you like what made you lean into that or made you realize that that was a good bit of yours? Was doing that specifically.
So, I mean, people like are always like that's a very memorable bit. I feel like it's very funny and it became a closer very quick because of how funny it was. And I realized that at the first show we did, because that's when I first introduced it. I've never done it. I guess I've never not done it at a show. And every single time, no matter where I be, I'm like, man, that Trump bit's so funny, is what somebody says. Don't play the stupid noise. I want to. I'm talking fast. I'm nervous. But yeah, this one time, the first time I did the Mano Negra in Lubbock, this one person was like, hey, you need to keep that Trump bit, blah blah blah, and like gave me this like you should like some random person, and I was like, oh, all right.
That's something I always like, and I feel like if anybody that goes to a comedy show, if you really want to make the comedian feel good about their set, tell them like one of the jokes you like.
Yeah.
Because that's never warmed my heart more than when people are like, "Oh, I really like when you said that part."
That is a good way to stroke a comedian's ego.
I know, like as if we need more. Yeah. As if we need more narcissism in our group.
Are you gonna take that Trump bit?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do.
You're gonna take
I think it would play well in
Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like it would play better in Chicago than it would here.
Yeah,
because people are very conservative here. I mean, obviously it's Texas, and people in like a liberal area like that would be thinking more of it as making fun of Trump, and that's just, I mean, that is a good way to.
I mean, you are.
You know, it's a home run.
Yeah.
That's a really good like noise.
You're
that was
real
really,
Michael Winslow.
I can do a. Oh, never mind. Was that your joke? The Hiroshima impression.
That might have been. It might have been, but if it was, I'm never claiming it on national broadcasting.
Yeah. Did you say that? I'm just trying to ask here. If
The next thing is like a grill sesh. So he's like, so when you said the Bill Cosby joke, were you saying you agree with him or what? Now, when you did a set and you just did a full-on recreation of the Kramer incident at the Laugh Factory, was that ironic or was that an homage?
So, gentlemen, quick question, because we're about to wrap it up.
Oh, we're wrapping it up.
So, Caleb, I just got a quick question.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're moving. I don't want you to move because I want to see more of your stuff. When are you gonna come back? Are you just gonna bow over there and then do your thing? You're gonna come back periodically.
So I have to pay for college. Okay, like that's like a big thing. So I need to get a job. I've applied at a couple places, and I could definitely get a job at Target. They've already offered me a position, but I'm trying to find other places.
So prestigious.
So yeah, I know, right? But they
How old do you have to be to work at Target? I mean, I guess you're old enough.
Yeah.
Old enough.
Am I old enough?
To party.
But yeah, so that's it depends on if I can get back for work. I'll definitely be here for like Christmas and like the main breaks if I can. If I can't and I have to work, then so be it. But I mean, if there's a way that I can come down, I will. And if like, let's say Colin books me on a show, if he tells me soon enough in advance, so I can get a plane ticket and come down for the weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's something I'm willing to do just because I don't know. I love it here, guys.
Hey, but why Chicago though? Why up there?
So Chicago, the school I'm going to, Columbia College Chicago, is one of the only, I think it might be the only school that has a comedic writing and performance class that is not an Ivy League. So
really?
Like Conan O'Brien, he went to, I think it was Harvard or
I think he went to
something
Harvard.
like that. And I think he went for comedic writing actually. So, I mean,
Isn't that crazy that that's considered like Ivy League
Yeah.
credentials?
Yeah.
Like you can get a law degree here at Amarillo College. You can pay just a little bit of money and you could be defending somebody in court like Saul Goodman. But if you ever want to write
if you ever
anything
want to be
funny,
a show host,
yeah,
all
you
right,
got to be
you gotta go
rich.
to Harvard.
Comedy's a rich man's game.
Yeah.
That's why they say poor people are never funny.
Are you gonna join the comedy scene up there? Is that what you're
Oh
gonna do?
yeah, absolutely.
Do they have some out there that you found?
Yeah,
or?
so
Oh, there has to be
I
in
applied-
Chicago.
It's big,
And another reason why I decided to go to Chicago is that the school works in cahoots with the Second City. Don't laugh when I say
the
cahoots.
second
cahoots.
city. The second city.
It's in the cahoots, all right. But yeah, it works with the Second City, which is an improv group and school. And I will do a semester with the Second City to, I mean, hone my writing ability. Or
Dude,
whatever.
if you perform at Second City, I will fly out to Chicago to watch you.
Absolutely.
That
And
is
my-
legendary to
one
be
of
able to
my-
go to Second City.
One of my plans is if I can get a job at Second City or get on like a stage, and so the way the Second City works is a rank system. You have to be on a small stage, then you can work your way up to being a crew member on the small stage, then a cast member on the small stage. Then then you can get onto the main stage and you have to do the whole thing over again pretty much.
Okay.
So it's hard to get on the main stage, which is what I hope to do. I really do hope to do that. And the Second City works with, I mean, like SNL and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like that.
There's a lot of people that go from Second City to SNL.
Yeah, exactly. And like the Groundlings and stuff like that. So it was really either I moved to California or moved to Chicago. And I kind of like Chicago more than California.
I think you probably made the safer bet.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they are cleaning up the homeless problem in California right now, though. So, I mean, it might have been better.
What are they
What are-
doing?
yeah, I'm like, what
are
did-
they?
you
what are
didn't
they
hear about
doing?
that?
I didn't like the vague wording of that. Did you?
They're cleaning
He's
up.
like, they're cleaning up the homeless problem.
But what are they-
and the mop is an AR-15.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
and
say.
I'm like,
They
my
got guns.
God.
They got guns.
Can you believe this guy?
They're just putting little spikes on each bench so that people can't lay there anymore.
Yeah, that's not cleaning.
do they-
That's torturing.
No, I was like, how are you cleaning that?
I don't
You're
know.
going to clean all the homeless people.
They got money.
They just go, you're
to
good.
Help like clean up like the camps or whatever that they have down there. I don't know.
Send them to new camps.
My grandparents, all they do is watch Fox News, and I mean they're just talking trash on the guy from California. Like now that the election's coming up, we're trying to clean up California.
Who Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, Gavin Newsom. Yeah, that's he decided he was gonna release all that. So yeah.
So
yeah.
gentlemen, do you know there's next show that's gonna happen here from? It's August the third week. What in the future from here on? Do you know y'all's
Well,
next
like
show?
one of our shows?
Yeah, one of y'all each. Yeah,
I
know you're gonna be in Chicago, but do you know the next show that you're gonna be on?
I don't know for
September,
exact
October?
sure. I think we have a show in August that we're doing, but we're going to Dumas for
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
Outside of that, I don't know particularly for sure. I really should get better on my Instagram for my sort of stuff so I can post for that. But at the time, no. But if anybody does want to know where, like, when our shows are, we post our posters and everything immediately on our Yellow City Comedy page.
YCC.
Yeah, YCC on Facebook, Instagram. I think we have a Threads account.
Yeah, I think we do. I mean, that's
Threads. I don't even
All the
use
way.
it.
I don't either.
we
But
have a
we've thought of everything.
does YCC have a Twitter?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it needs one, to be honest.
we do.
X,
We need
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're better off with the TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
I'm
have
making a TikTok.
I have a
for us.
TikTok, so it's the same as Instagram. But yeah,
I think I need to get a TikTok.
do the dances, do those little dances and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because I already do those. I just need to do it in front of a camera. You know, you need to do Trump stance.
Quite frankly, I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
need
if
to
I
do
can
that little
dance.
like dance he does where he does that.
Looks like he's jerking off two ghosts. Now I'm just gonna do one. I'm gonna sit here and do this one. And then
I'm not
make
gonna
sure
let
he's not
them
jealous.
go unhappy.
Oh god, dude. So you don't. So no shows upcoming as of now.
No, I don't know anything specific at the moment. But like I said, if people want to know after this airs, just go to the YCC page
YCC.
and there will be a show
I know that
there.
I have one 17th of August. I don't know if I think it's in Borger, right? I don't know. You don't know.
But no, I think it is in Borger.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
Colin saying that. So
Yeah.
you have one in Borger.
Borger. Yeah, that's my last show with until I leave before I leave. So
When do you leave? Like, what's your official day?
I move in
So everybody
on
knows.
the. All right, my dorm number is. I'm leaving the door open. My room. No, not my room number. Time out. Calm down. The day I move in is August 27th
Okay.
at 10. No.
I'm gonna be leaving at this time, so ladies.
Yeah, and then I think I leave like the 24th of August, or maybe
Okay.
maybe I don't know. It depends on when we push it, because I think Taylor has a show that weekend, and
Okay.
we're gonna go watch it. I believe. is what my dad
That's
said.
cool. That's the one I'm gonna be on.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be on that one, and then I'll have Taylor on here, and whoever else is gonna be with her. I'm not sure.
Do like a post show, like
Yeah, like Taylor, how was it?
yeah,
I
do
want to
like a
thank y'all
post-show
both.
talk.
Very, very seriously, I want to thank y'all both for not asking any questions about like the stupid crap Jacob asks. How long do you think until you get shot in Chicago? I was like planning for that question. I didn't know what I was gonna say, but I was waiting for one of y'all to
Is that
say
a
it.
common thing that happens in
Yes,
Chicago?
dude.
Oh yeah, they what do you call it? They banned guns, but they still have them. Something like that.
Yeah, they do.
They banned guns, but they still have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crime rate.
They told them, "Hey, don't do that," and they were like, "No."
Yeah, I think crime rate was like the worst up there. Something.
Oh,
Like
so it's a bad crime rate up there.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
a
Chicago.
Gotham situation. You got
Yeah.
going.
that. God, so you'll be the next Batman.
Yeah,
Batman,
there
right?
you go.
Yeah.
It's like a Christian Bale.
Don't kill my dad. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't do that.
Don't worry, diabetes will take him out first.
He's not even that fat.
God, dude.
I don't know why you're talking Michelin Man.
Well, first of all, being fat doesn't qualify you to die of diabetes.
I know my mom has diabetes
Oh God,
Well-
come on, dude.
too.
Gentlemen, all right. So,
On that
End
note,
on that.
gentlemen, all right. Look at you. Okay, start with you. Look at this camera.
Yes.
What do you want to shout out to, and what do you want to say?
What do I want to shout out to? I want to shout out to all the other Yellow City comedians. They're all wonderful. I love all you guys. You guys are crushing it. Let's just keep it going. I want to shout out to all the people that come and watch us. Like, you guys are great, and we have a lot of people that routinely come and watch us, and I that does not go underappreciated. That does not go not appreciated. It doesn't go underappreciated. I just slip into it. That doesn't go under. They're fucking terrible. I hate them. No,
some of the regulars piss
We
me off.
really appreciate all the people that come out and show the support. And I mean, thank you, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All the love we've been getting has been phenomenal. Shout out to Kraken Crab and Kinsey. They've been wonderful at giving us a place to do that and give a place to like actually have new people come in and give like a welcome space. So, shout out to all those people.
Okay, Caleb.
I mean, same as him. Like, shout out YCC. We couldn't say it enough. Like, follow them on everything. They have everything. and like all the comedy members, and thank you for putting us on this podcast. It was awesome. And I'll shout out one more thing. All my socials, the Caleb Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
if you want to follow my socials, you can. I'm Ghost of Tex. I'm pretty much everywhere. My podcast may be coming back soon.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm working on that.
Before August,
I want to see if I can get it going.
You got competition.
Yeah.
It's because every time I bring a podcast, Jacob's like, I'm going to start my podcast up. And then Matt Villegas, I'm going to start my podcast up.
Yeah, because Matt had a very long running one, a very good one. Like it's his podcast is great. I didn't even know he stopped. I didn't even know he was sick.
You were on it, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You were on
I've been on. All of us have been on it a couple times.
Not me. All right, you're speaking to all of us. All right.
You're a sperm still. You're burnt.
You were an elementary school kid. But no, I think all of us want to be able to have that. I think it's just that's something that may be harder for us to commit to than like our comedy. But I want to commit to it a little bit more. My podcast was less on the comedy side. It was more on my like film nerd side. Okay. So it was more along those lines. So I might do that. I might bring it back if you guys see it. Come back if you want to look for new episodes. It's just called same thing, Ghost of Tex.
Like, yeah, come over here and I'll promote it too.
Yeah, there you go. We'll talk about your favorite movie. What is your favorite movie?
Avengers Endgame.
Okay, so I'm taking the invitation back. What's your favorite movie?
Man, that's hard. Fight Club. No, I don't know. That's a good one.
I take it back. Do you want to come and talk about Endgame? No, I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
So, gentlemen, Eric, I just want to thank you guys for being on last time. Thank you, Little CD. Thank you, Colin, for letting these guys come on.
Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Heck yeah, let's do that right now. Thank you guys.
Look at that. The crowd loves it. They've been silent the whole time, but they sure do love
They
him.
were happy when it started. They were happy when it ended.
And if that isn't comedy, I don't know what is.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, so like y'all's next show, man, I was telling Colin, I'm gonna get a VIP. I'm gonna get the VIP table. Hey, I'm gonna reserve that for me and my giant crew.
Yeah,
that's what
Bring
I would
the
like
entire entourage. We want to see it.
Yeah. But anyways, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, Gabe. Thank you. Oh man, I got a brain fart already. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody.
Caleb.
He's having a Biden moment.
My bad.
And with Biden, you have to let him let him go through it.
So, Gabe, I want to say Colin. I don't know why I say Colin. I miss Colin. Sorry, I want to see your show, and I want y'all back by the end of the year. Okay. Caleb.
Nobody wants to mention this, but on the other side of these lights here, there's just a giant poster board with nothing but pictures of Colin on it.
Yeah, they're all with his mouth cut out. Actually.
Yeah, I know. That's so weird. And half of them were like pale and stained. They looked sticky. I didn't want to touch them.
Yeah,
shout out. We love you, Colin.
And then right next to it, there's like a trash can full of pictures with Saul, but all the butts are cut out. And I'm like, what does this mean?
Anyways, Caleb, Gabe, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Yellow City, man. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
We'll see y'all next time. Peace out, gentlemen.
See ya.
Thank y'all guys. This concludes our special, boys. Follow these guys. Links in the description down below. You have a good day. Peace out.
Yo.